We'll be able to see them in a minute.
That's what I heard.
Hey, there they are.
Hey guys, sorry I was a little
Hello,
late.
everybody.
Thank you for joining us here at Dragons in the Dining Room. Today is Adventures of Loromir, and we're off to a late start because life. So, I appreciate everybody.
It's all Darian's fault.
It is. No, it's Carla's fault.
Carla's fault?
Carla. Blame
Yes,
Carla.
it's
She
okay.
joined us from Wormwood. She said that we can blame Carla for everything.
Which is funny because her name on Twitch is Blame
It's
Carla.
blame Carla. That's why. Yep, she's our scapegoat now.
My head's cut off a little bit.
Yeah, maybe I can fix that later.
Okay, if not, I can move the camera up a little bit.
Who are we blaming? Carla.
Carla from Wormwood.
Carla.
Because if I sit straight up like I'm supposed to with good posture, then I'm cut off.
Someone from Wormwood who
How
rated.
dare you sit
Their
on
name
I
was
know.
Blame Carla.
Alright, let's make sure that you have a head. There, now you have a head.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm ahead of the game.
Okay, so,
Nobody? Alright.
nobody. All the cheers. So, again, thank you for joining us.
No way.
Okay.
Okay.
Just awkward nuzzle.
Last we left off in Loromir,
Some shit happened.
some crazy stuff happened.
Krana will just be sad she doesn't get another cool scar out of it.
I know, right?
I can give you one if you want.
It's not.
Being able to say I survived a demon attack is so much cooler.
in her head.
The party had finally got themselves out of the desert, entered the foot of the mountains that led to the west of the continent, where Mirren has been hunting, or believes he can find.
I don't like the way you use the word believe.
Believes he can find the other claw of Malar, looking for what could potentially be another dragon that they're fighting.
That's what the prophecy is.
And as they found that there is a passage through the mountains that doesn't require trying to scale these things, they got a strange thing presented to them, a musical score that Vistra decided, I'm going to go a mile away from the players, or from my friends, and I'm going to play this musical score so I don't accidentally kill them.
Which is a responsible thing to do.
A
Plot
very
twist.
responsible thing.
Didn't end up working.
Did not work so
But-
well as the ocarina and the music together opened a portal to the abyss.
To be fair, canon Vistra does not know this.
Yes, she
Or
does.
real life Vistra
Yes, she
doesn't know
does.
this.
This
Because
is
it hasn't been
something-
explained yet.
I know this will be touched on as soon as we get a little bit further from here.
Right, so I'm just saying, this was Naivara's dream Vistra.
Oh, you.
Ooh.
Where are you? Because you keep ringing.
I need to not rock, because it makes me furry.
I did not hear blurry. I heard furry.
Is that what she is?
Okay, if
I
you
mean,
continue to move
this isn't
left,
furry.
I'm going to have you not on screen, honey.
Okay.
I need to figure out how to mute this again because I successfully muted it and
I have
then.
some chips. You want some?
Alright, so after the demons were summoned, there was a major
You
fight that
survived.
happened
I'm sorry,
between
what? Oh.
everybody. And a lot of people were falling down because they were getting hit by these nasty demons.
If I
By
fall
falling down, you mean
I
dead,
was like,
right?
you died in
It's
3
like, that's a little
rounds.
more
Those
accurate.
suckers hit like a truck.
Nobody died.
Fair point.
Technically,
I did.
Okay, I didn't mean to
but-
poke your face. I think your face ran into my finger.
The only
Because
person
I was like this, and you were like,
I apologize. The only person who died was Karana.
Mhm.
And then, just as the final blow was dropping down on Naivara, she woke up in cold sweats,
Sobbing.
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 It's because the demon pistol whipped me with his tail.
I cast silence on Naivara so I can get some good sleep.
I
With
didn't hear what she said.
that's
I
okay.
barely understood.
That's okay. It wasn't in game.
whoosh.
The
So you
sun
think-
is beginning to rise. Naivara is curled up, sobbing in tears, as the rest of the party slowly wakes up. Mirren, with a very strange vision of his wolf
Yeah.
staring back at him.
Sorry, did you say mine?
It's the one that you keep running into, so yeah, your wolf. And
It is now.
Vistra, with a strange tune stuck in her head and this sense of foreboding.
Oh. Okay.
And Krana feels like she slept like the dead.
Alright,
That was good.
that was a good pun. That was a good pun. So, this is where you guys enter today's game. Waking up
To ash and dust. Sorry.
Mirren, Naivara,
Very best.
and Vistra having had strange dreams. Ilfikir and Karana feeling quite refreshed.
Mm-hmm.
And Hakuden,
Still
the same as you, you feel very much refreshed from your night's sleep. But you wait to hearing Naivara crying.
I think Joe said that is the other Mirren.
Is
Well,
he
now
still-
You really do love yourself.
Is
Now-
he still sandstone?
that's the fanfic.
Is he still sandstone?
He is still sandstone colored.
Is that gonna just be permanent for him now? The only sandstone colored dragonborn in the entire continent?
You know, that'd be kind of cool, actually.
Maybe even the world.
All right. So, what
Not just that.
what is that noise?
What noise?
The sobbing elf. I cast silence again.
That's not sobbing.
That's hyperventilating.
You sound like Weasley from Toy Story.
I know, but that's hyperventilating. That's exactly what she'd be doing.
I'm
She'd
going
be
to walk
sobbing
over to
and
Navarra
hyperventilating, but
and
I don't feel
just
like actually sobbing right now.
kind of wrap my arms around her to
because
try
I will
to
pass
calm her
out
down.
being tired.
Be like,
Hakuden, as you're sobbing, Hakuden walks up to you and wraps his arms around you.
I'm going to start playing a lullaby on my ocarina.
Fire.
Okay, hearing Vestra start to play her ocarina, I'm not actually gonna scream, but there's gonna be a moment of that panicked scream.
Ow!
And Krabby, negative on a fireball.
Ow! What'd you scream for?
What is wrong?
I would stop playing.
First, there was shadow things. Every time I woke up, they looked at me, they ran away, and I had a dream that I found a piece of paper and had music on it, and Vester played it like a mile away, and these demons came down, and they started killing everybody, and it was my fault, and then when they finally killed me, I woke up.
In other news, I
You're
saw the wolf
okay.
again.
you're okay, we're all
I saw
fine,
fine.
we're all alive.
You had a
Can I-
bad dream.
Can I?
Hakuden's like, you're okay, it's a bad dream. Ilfikir, it was a nightmare.
Can I like Edna mode slap her? Like
So-
put yourself together.
If
So,
you really want to, you can.
do you think it was prophetic or?
I don't know. It felt super real.
So,
This-
explanation. So the shadow things came before the demons?
Yeah, like every time I'd wake up in that kind of like you're half awake, half asleep kind of thing, I'd see a shadow kind of figure, like cloaked figure. They looked at me, and when I go to look at them, they run away.
What do you mean every time?
I don't remember how many times it happened. I'm sorry I didn't say anything.
Wait, this is happening. This has been
Wait, what?
happening to you.
Yeah.
You've been seeing
And
this
your own-
shadowy figure out of the corner of your eye for who knows how long as
Since
we've
we've
been
been in the desert.
traveling.
Okay, Mirren's pack. Here's an idea. We call her the omitter.
So wait.
You can no longer
The
give
last
me
time.
crap about being kidnapped. This is just as stupid
The
as what I
last
pulled.
the last time somebody started having visions or hearing voices in their head, or all of a sudden half of them turn gray, how well did that end up for them?
Huh.
No, I know.
And you're
I know.
choosing- you
I'm
chose
sorry,
to
I
keep
should've
this
said
as
something earlier.
A secret.
I don't know why I didn't.
Neither do we.
So
Says Ilfakir in her Ilfakir voice, in game, in character.
Right. Start from the beginning. What happened?
It all started in 1944.
All about how.
I pretty much did explain, like, that little tidbit, just the bleh. I saw the shadowy things, and I honestly didn't think much of it. And then we were in the woods by the mountains, and I found this leather tube that we opened it, and it had dots on the paper, and turns out it was sheet music. And I gave it to Vistra, and she played it, and
Logical course of action.
a portal opened up in the sky, and these 2 demons came out. We were able to kill one of them,
Oh.
and it exploded.
Wait, what did they look like?
I died.
Yeah, you died.
How?
The demon smacked you, so you were down, and then he took his tail and went whack.
What happened to me?
Oh.
You ended up going down.
No! Come on.
I kept trying to fight them, but they were going after you guys instead of me saying, I need to suffer the way my family's been suffering. All I felt from Cass was just pure rage. He didn't speak to me at all, which was weird when I thought about it.
Do you normally speak to him in your dreams?
I don't think I've ever dreamed with him in it at all before. But I know
Never
every
had a
time
dream
I
with
pulled
Cass.
out the sword, he at least says something.
And he did it.
And he didn't. It was just pure rage.
Well, how do we know we're not dreaming right now?
If she goes Bankai, if anything will happen.
I'm gonna
Same idea!
Everybody thinks.
Wow!
If it spins forever, we're
Thank
in a
you.
dream.
I was just going there myself. The Inception top.
We're done. We're good.
We're good.
I spent a little.
Leo DiCaprio's not here.
That was hilarious. We're both
We're like this.
Vistra, every time she mentions sheet
Yes, Krabby.
music, it causes a little bit of a chill.
Every time she mentions the music.
Yeah.
Do I notice?
And there's this tune that you've never heard before that just kind of pops up every time she talks about it. It's not familiar, but it is familiar.
Can I take the time and try and write it down?
Sure.
I get real close to Vistra and I whisper, sheet music.
Don't say
You
that.
whisper what?
Sheet music.
Sheet music.
Ooh.
So, lesson learned, don't play weird sheet music that we
Yeah.
find randomly in the woods.
I was gonna say
I
that.
wondered why she
What?
wouldn't just like identify it instead of playing it. I wondered why, but
Wait.
Say we managed to kill one of these demons?
yes, but
Being it was in your dream,
I don't remember who killed it.
did you
I think
happen
it
to
might have been
hear?
you. I don't fully remember. But when it died, it exploded and did even more damage as an explosion.
So worse than the
Is that what knocked me over?
electronic
Hold on 1 second, guys.
goblins?
Pocket and what?
In your dream, did you happen to hear the music itself? And if so, do you think you could possibly repeat it without the use of the other?
I might be able to either maybe write it down or at least hum it. I didn't really hear it.
Hang on, this
But I
is
do.
He was talking to
I
Vistra.
did get a fairly good look at the sheet music.
this is an important
Because if that's the case, it might be something that we want to avoid in the future.
Was it her normal loot
It
that
was
caused this?
She tried it on her. She tried it on her lute, and it didn't sound the same.
Vistra, I want you to roll an intelligence.
And then she did it with her ocarina.
Why?
Yeah.
Wait, did she know this?
Which
Sorry.
you know what?
Which instrument that Vistra
Because I
used?
think she
Yes,
was
she
still
said so.
with us with
Whoops.
the lute, and then she said she was going to try it with the ocarina for
Oh,
her.
Jimmy did warn me.
Krabby Patty. The dream for Nivara. Nivara's dream. The dream specifically for
Nivara.
Nivara.
Just straight intelligence, Joe.
Go ahead and add your
Krabby,
modifier.
that is now stuck in my head, sweetie.
Go ahead and add proficiency.
Oh.
Vistra's face got a lot scarier when she's close to the camera and it's lit up.
It's from my phone. God that was terrifying.
I want to try. Hold on. Hold on. I got this.
It's too
I
bright.
have a message.
Hey, Speedy, how's it going?
Hi, Speedy.
Hi, Speedy.
Hey, Speedy.
This would be the perfect time to actually have stream on that TV like we used to do. That way we don't have to look at the other 3 people like this.
Yeah.
guys. I want to see my
They
friend.
can only see your shoulders.
I'd have to go
There.
find the HDMI cable. I don't know where I put it right now.
Well,
Could be in all the cables you found and be like, oh, I should see.
No,
Okay.
Things got moved around, so I'm not sure where it got put.
So, is this to transpose the music,
Yes.
essentially?
Hey, Joe Dirt, how's it
Hey,
going?
Joe
man?
Dirt.
Hello.
Hey,
Would I
Joe
be able
Dirt.
to help her since I did see it and I had, like, I was looking at it and trying to figure out what it was and then I gave it to.
If you want to try, go ahead and roll an intelligence.
Because if I know that she's trying to write it down, I would go over and try to help her.
Yeah. I mean,
That's a 20, a dirty 20
Dang.
for her
Nice.
intelligence.
Nice.
I am traumatized forever. That's why it's implanted in my brain.
right?
Wonders of trauma.
What did you end up rolling, Vistra?
post-traumatic song disorder.
I got a total of a 10,
Outstanding.
right?
Elysium. Hello, Elysium. How are you?
Oh! It's okay.
Hey,
Hi!
Elysium.
Hey, Elysium.
Hello.
I get it that you guys recognize that name.
Yes!
Where do we know Elysium from?
Taya
I
and
don't.
Darian should. Elysium, if they don't mind me saying, is from one of our TikTok
Okay.
Discords.
Oh!
She's really, 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 really cool.
Well, welcome to the show, Elysium. Glad to have you here.
Hi!
So, between Nivara and Vistra, the two of you working on it, you eventually do start marking down the music, and Nivara, it starts giving you goosebumps as slowly but surely the tadpoles wind up on the paper, and you realize this is exactly what you saw in your dream.
Don't play it,
I was gonna say,
Vistra.
part of me wants to just grab it and rip it up,
I need to quit biting my nails.
just because I don't ever want this played again. And I'm gonna look at it like I'm gonna grab her by the lapels, basically, pull her close, and just be that freaked out like an inch away from your face. Don't ever play it, please.
Now, just calm down a moment, Navara. What if, I mean, it was a dream, but, maybe this just means that Vistra's Ocarina is capable of far more than we've seen.
I mean,
What's the worst thing that could happen?
I'm gonna like run over and just deck him.
Well, apparently, according to her dream, all of us could die.
Living a good life.
Because they were looking for me
They,
and saying, we just want the girl, your family has suffered and now you shall too. And when you guys were trying to deceive and be like, well, who is it? And he yelled, she knows who she is.
well, the gray always spoke through Alexis and said we would change the world. I mean,
Can't do that if we're dead.
Yeah,
This
then she
gray
died.
sounds like a real waffle. What's a waffle?
a real what?
Waffle.
It's
A
what
waffle?
it's what men's brains are made of.
Oh, because spaghetti.
Oh,
Just the PG version.
yeah, I got it. A waffle.
Hello, Aurora. Welcome, Dr. Leach.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey guys. What if that just means that we have more tools at our disposal than we're aware of? Vistra, what happens if you play like normal songs from your childhood on the ocarina? Have you tried?
I think we might want to be careful when experimenting. After all, we don't exactly want to summon any demons or other things that we can't deal with.
This makes me feel like I should have started my training with Ori immediately. If I have access well, if I take up that position that he and I chatted about, potentially I could assist.
You guys, I just had a thought.
Oh no.
And it's a weird one. However,
About to be
everybody
something
grab
weird.
your hard hats.
I feel like at this point you should announce when you have a normal thought, not
Yeah.
when you have a weird one, 'cause that's
Fair
obviously
point.
the minority.
Vistra, if
Yes?
you could open a portal into another realm, and Elficare, if you could cast Fly on the black dragon and force it halfway through that portal, and then Vistra close the portal, would that not then deal with the problem?
Well, that's
Yes,
how she lost her
but-
leg.
Yeah, so
He
we
would
know it
have to
worked.
be willing. However, I could get him to chase me through the portal, and then you could.
Or we could use levitate and mage hand.
We're gonna need a bigger hand.
I mean, it
Unless,
wouldn't have
you
to be
know,
a lot
we
of-
did
just
one
stick
of
the
you-
thing's head in the portal and then close it. That would solve our issue.
I mean, theoretically, that's how other people in our party lost limbs.
And that's how we killed that red dragon.
True.
We didn't
So
really
It's still one of
kill
those
him though.
wings.
I
Did
know,
we?
stupid returns
We
to
just
the
kind of
correct store.
temporarily moved him around a bit.
Those wings would have made it cool cape.
I do have a question for you, Vistra.
Yes.
Have you ever attempted to play music that's attributed to certain towns or certain cities?
I have not. The most I've done is playing a tune focusing on the second note, which is the water note, which opened up a rift to the. Sorry, hold on. Which
Hello,
opened up
Father
a rift to
Jaredy.
the water dimension and allowed
Is it?
us to yeet the metal contraptions into the portal and close it and not have to deal with getting exploded. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take my headphones off because I can hear myself echoing. And I can't verbalize.
I can barely hear them.
Yeah,
Not
it's
a problem.
so hard to hear
I've
them.
got him almost max.
And my brain is trying to focus on that. And I can
We'll
just,
see if that works
I
any
can just
better.
a little bit hear the TV in the living room, so my brain is like fighting with that.
Alright.
Well, seeing as we don't have an actual creepy piece of old sheet music lying around, we just have a written down version. Do we want to?
Well, and Hakuden brought up a point, playing a song that's equated to a location to see what might happen.
Do songs do that? Are they for locations?
Why not?
Well, yeah. What about like anthems for certain places, or the music that plays when a sports team wins in the guild challenges? Does our guild have a theme?
We need an anthem.
Our farmers.
Bum ba dum bum 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 bum.
Oh. Well, now we need an anthem.
All right, get right on that, Mirren.
Okay.
Or if only we had a bard.
If only we had a bard.
Wait.
I wonder.
May we bang well and prosper. What in this guy?
That was a nervous night.
Patrick, check which
Nervous
quote
had
number
some
that
good
is.
ones on that.
The fact that
It's
quote
69.
69.
Yep. Quote 69, may you bang well and prosper. The timing of it.
That's funny.
Is warm.
Editor or narrator, they did in fact not
Don't.
prosper.
So you're warmer than I am.
I'm warm.
You guys speak among yourselves for a moment.
Okay.
So one of them is gonna hit on you.
So, what is our? We need to find this black dragon. How are we going to go about finding him? Other than we know he's in the swamp somewhere.
Well,
Into the
considering
river,
the fact that we'll be trespassing in his territory, I would rather think that he'll eventually find us.
So we're just banking on the fact that he's going to get the drop on us, and we're all okay with this. Are you
Here,
not?
dragon.
I
Dragon.
He's not a
Hakuden and
snipe.
I can scout. We can try and find likely locations for an adult black dragon to be hiding.
I wonder if I could try and approach him as a dragon blood and
Thank you.
try the charismatic route.
But you're a metallic dragon blood, correct?
Yes, there is that.
That may have effect.
Listening or reading?
I'm guessing it's quite warm there.
A little bit.
Yeah, it's.
Did you turn the AC on?
I don't know.
They're all complaining about being too warm, and I
And we're
have
like sweaters.
sweater
Yeah.
and my TARDIS
You
blanket.
guys are also in the basement.
When
It's
my
great.
horrible circulation self is too warm.
So you guys have
So,
spent much of the morning talking so far.
mhm.
The tiny hutch spell has dissipated around you. The sun has fully risen above the horizon, and you have the valley between you and the other side of the mountains that goes for Lord knows how long because you haven't traveled it yet.
We should probably get moving. We can talk on the way.
Hey, Poison Ivy is rolling for reppin'.
For me? Oh, okay.
It's roll.
Yeah, roll d20.
Yeah, as we continue to travel, I think we should discuss how we are to deal with the dragon, aside from having to find him. Having to find him is probably the easier of the two tasks in front of us.
Joe Chryseus.
No, you know what, you guys? I got this. I will take one for the team.
Oh?
Hmm?
No, you cannot go seduce the dragon.
Why not?
Well,
Because in Loromir, the dragon seduces you.
I vote Mirren does it.
I'll do it.
Just strip it. Okay. We'll strip you down.
You know
to
what?
the
I
top,
approve of this.
Oil you up,
Perfect.
and then you'll bring a giant deer as a present.
This is a plan.
And I'll
I'm
be
ready.
behind playing mood music.
I am in full
We're
support
very
of this, and I'm gonna stay way the hell back and watch it go down.
We got some Barry Manilow coming up real quick.
Perfect. Set the mood.
Oh, have a good night, Dr.
Thought
Leach.
anything of
Have a
this
good one, Dr.
scale
Leach.
before.
See you, Leech.
But I mean, we have to consider the fact that this dragon is going to be of similar strength to Ari.
Oh, I suppose we didn't really know how old this dragon is, but we could safely assume he's as old as Ori, right?
At least.
I think the six of us, as long as he doesn't have any friends, I mean, the six of us could probably handle it.
We could, it's just we'll have to be a little bit strategic about it.
Yeah. It'll
Wait,
work.
we supposed to be strategic going into battles? Where the hell was this idea?
It might
I don't know,
behoove
you're
us
supposed to
to
be the
have some
smart
sort of
one.
a plan.
So, then let's make a plan.
Wait. We have a perfectly viable strategy every time we go into battle.
Buff Mirren and throw him at him.
Yes! That is a viable strategy.
Yep.
Well, what
Well-
happens if he has some ability similar to the moths that we ran into, where our magic doesn't exactly work so well?
But Mirren's
need a
not
backup plan.
much magic.
Right, but our buffs are magic. That's what he's saying.
Hmm.
And
We still
Yeah.
throw
Stop
Mirren
rolling.
at them.
Oh, please.
We're moving. We're packing up camp and moving.
all right, so we need to get closer. How far from the swamp do you guys think we are? Oh shit.
I'm going to ask Bill. See if
Can-
Bill
can I see
can
with my
smell
mind
any
sight?
swamp on the wind.
As you look down the valley, it curves and winds a bit, so you do not see the other end of this. You just see that it goes down, at least from your view, it goes down probably a quarter of a mile before the winding and turning cuts off the vision.
Funny.
No!
Mirren.
Do we want to switch off scouting?
Mirren?
That may be advisable.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
I'll say one of us scout 2 hours ahead, 2 hours back, and then switch. Because I can only hold my beast shape for 4 hours a day.
Right. I believe I'm in the same boat. However, my beast shapes are more my ability to fight than really to scout.
Fair point. Well, then why don't one of us go? If you'd like, I can first. I'll just need someone to hold Suki for me.
Last time I held something for somebody, it ran away.
I'll hold it.
He's in a pod.
I look at you in angry Aloxis.
Hey, it's a
Wait,
good thing that he did run away, isn't it?
That's
No.
Well,
Besides, you wouldn't know about that.
who's carrying the plant?
I will hand my plant over to Naivara.
I'm just holding it like I will take care of this child with my knife.
It's Amanda
Then-
Thornian.
DM, I will be popping into hawk form and scouting ahead 2 hours
Okay.
and checking in every maybe 5 minutes or so. Actually, no, probably less than that. More like every minute or so, just a quick, still good, over Boar's net as I go. And if I see anything interesting.
So after 120 still goods.
So while she transforms into her hawk form and starts to fly off, what are the rest of you guys up to?
About 6 foot.
I'm 5'2".
Thank you,
5 foot
anonymous
nothing.
cheers.
Yay.
Thank you.
And there's a magic burst on the table.
Oh dear.
Alright. I cast magic.
All right.
Yeah.
We're walking.
Okay, so you guys. are
Oh,
gonna
we got
continue?
anonymous cheers.
Yes, an anonymous cheer gave us anonymous cheers.
We got a job to do.
Thank you for the cheers, anonymous.
Those are
Thank you.
adorable.
Yep. So you guys
I'm
continue
working
to
up
walk
first.
Uh-huh.
with the scout quite a bit. How far ahead are you going to let Karana get before you guys start moving, or are you going to start moving when she takes off?
I think we're gonna
Kind
move
of
when she
follow,
takes off.
like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So she'll
After
only
her 20th, I'm good.
yeah.
Much.
21 goods.
she won't be too extremely far ahead of you, as the slowest moving person has boots that help her move faster.
Well, we're on horses. They're on horses, though, aren't
Well,
they?
the
Yeah.
horses have boots.
Oh, there are horses, aren't there?
Did you
That's
forget
what- did
about Bill?
I completely forgot about the horses.
Right? Like I would have had Vistra take my horse.
Vistra, did you just say
Vis-
Kill Bill?
Yes,
No,
I will
Vis-
kill Bill.
No, Vistra said that she wanted to talk to Bill when you guys were talking about scouting, to see if he could smell the swamp or if the horses had any idea how far away water might be or that kind of thing.
Apologies, I missed that.
Oh!
Sorry. It's okay.
What?
Bill,
Come here with
as you asked that question, does not have any idea about this side of the continent, as he was born and raised in Talman.
Right, but okay.
Horse noses.
Oh, probably not.
And he does not smell anything at the moment.
Okay.
As for these,
You're waiting for the 20 goods because that's a minute piece. So
as
have
you
time.
contemplate the I should cast commune with nature, you remember that Karana already did in this location.
That's right.
But we didn't check
But-
for swamp, though.
Wait,
I
and
checked
wasn't
for
that
any
in her
land-
dream?
Land features.
No,
Or
that
no,
was not in
no.
the dream.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I checked for land features.
And we both did,
and
thank you
water.
very little.
Yes,
it
I'm
was-
saying in this location.
Yeah, it was. It stretched for 3 miles, 3.5 technically. I think was it DM because of my favorite terrain. But yeah, so I mean, I got an extra bit out of that, and it was nowhere near.
So if it's
You
nowhere
did
within
not- you
3
did not
miles, we might as
feel-
well just.
You did not feel swamp in your commune with nature.
Because
Then we might as well just go 3 miles that way.
Okay.
I'm in the forest. Yeah, so the forest gives me like an extra mile basically.
As you guys travel and you get to about the 2-hour mark, Karana, you see movement in the valley.
What is it?
It is a humanoid figure,
Okay.
and it shocks you. It
If it's
looks-
Gasmon, I quit.
It looks like a humanoid creature with orange and blackish skin and 2 horns
The
popping out of its head.
does it have wings?
No,
Okay.
It's a little demon.
and a tail.
In the air, would I have seen that?
I'll do a
You're not near.
I'll
Did you
do
say in the
a
air?
circle.
She saw it from the
Oh.
air.
Yeah, I'll do a circle, just like a normal bird, and over Boar's net, a very kind of almost like I'm not really sure if I'm awake. I think I
What?
see another tiefling.
What?
Or is it one
Well,
of
then Gab,
Nevar's
say
dreams?
hi!
I am going to pop out of the sky and surprise him or her.
Ew!
What if he's family? What if he's looking for you?
Oh,
Oh,
you
wait,
should-
what if he's
Black.
family? What if he's looking for you?
Well, why is that a problem?
I'm gray.
Oh.
That
Oh no, like,
Okay.
is there a tree somewhat nearby that I could land on and observe?
You are deep in the mountains.
Okay.
So what,
Then
like a crag?
I will land on a crag
Okay.
On top of the
and
sheep.
observe this individual.
Okay. He is, at least it looks like a he, is just meandering down the valley toward the direction you guys were coming from. And looks like there is no care in the world.
Just normal traveling haversack. Is he on a horse? Just walking?
He has an extremely large sack that he carries with him. And it's strange as it
Yeah.
looks like somebody had bundled up all of their belongings, slung it over their shoulder, and started walking. But at the same time,
What?
yeah, I forgot about that one too.
What did I miss?
It was
The inside of my mouth is a slip and slide. Hello, Miss Fatal Pillow.
Hey, Miss Fatal Pillow.
do the curtains match the drapes?
It gives it a different. It gives it a weird texture. So the inside of the mouth felt like oil. So Gab said my inside of my mouth was like a slip and slide.
God.
Is that sand and magic?
As I observe, sorry,
You also notice that, similar to somebody you travel with, there is a plethora of items dangling off of his belt, his back, just all sorts of random things, from necklaces to daggers to swords, all sorts of trinkets just kind of hanging about his person, and he's just trundling
what
down.
kind of armor is he wearing?
It looks like leather.
Okay. How far back is my party? Because I was only about 20 minutes ahead of them.
They're about 20 minutes behind you.
Okay.
How far back is it? I'm about 20 minutes
Guys,
ahead.
I may be considering doing something stupid.
Oh,
That's only the
Why
100.
don't you state when you do something normal?
Oh,
Just like when you have a normal idea, state the.
What are you considering?
is Thaco? Is anyone else in Viewerland having trouble hearing us?
I don't
No,
know.
I-
It's I mean, these guys are having. It's off and on. You guys get a little bit quieter, and then a lot bit louder, and then a little bit
Yeah.
quieter.
Okay.
no, I think
Just
Miss
perfect
Fatal
speaking, I can
has
barely
us
understand what
on
you're saying.
Oh, gotcha.
because they were gonna watch.
What
Oh,
I'm
supernatural.
going to
Gotcha.
do, DM, is take off from my perch and at an angle. So if he's on the path and there's that open space, I'm going to come in at an angle so he can clearly see me coming and land about 30 feet in front of him on the ground.
Okay.
In
My
proximity.
party is 20 minutes
He just-
behind me.
Watches and keeps trundling. And as you get closer, you notice that he's just got this little lilt of a smile on his face. He's got a pipe hanging from his mouth that he's puffing on slowly, and a very almost what you would say joyous gleam in his eyes. As he's just wandering down the road, he watches you come down.
And I will drop B shape.
As you drop B shape and turn into your normal
Right.
self, he pauses. Well, that's a fine how do you do.
Glory to you.
I haven't seen one of you in quite some time.
And I have never seen one like me.
Oh, I'm glad to be your first.
And I'll give a little curtsy. How did you come here? Apologies, my manners are lacking. I am Karana.
I'm Trobel.
Nice to meet you.
You're who?
Trobel.
But we're not there.
Right, I just had to.
I have never seen another of my kind on this continent. How did you come here?
With my feet.
And there's gonna be that kind of smile. Okay,
I just met you, but I want to hit you already.
I not even that. So, okay, it's this type of personality. Yes, but did you not come from Randor?
Oh, well, sort of. It's strange. I kind of appeared here.
A strange, warbly portal, perchance?
No, I think it's one of these trinkets that I carry on me.
Ah,
It might have done something weird, and I just kind of woke up and found myself in a place I didn't recognize, so I figured I'd just wander.
He's a wanderer.
He's a wanderer.
No, he's a man-thander.
He's a man fan.
Yeah, yes. Was there mist involved or
God,
a
no.
fog?
Creepy fog.
well, it's,
Trinkets, you say? Pull a knife.
right. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My traveling party is about 20 minutes back.
Oh, you have friends with you?
Yes.
Fantastic. Hold on a moment.
Tiefling Santa.
Stormy.
Apparently.
Beer.
It's a very good
And he
card.
pulls out what looks like a little stone,
Okay.
but it's a carving of what looks like a hut. Ah, yes. Here. Oh, yes. This will be just fine. You might want to. No, never mind. You stay there.
It's a cat.
And as he throws the stone, it comes to rest on the ground. Now, what was it? Oh, give me just a moment. It's been a while. Yes. Flumph. And as he says flumph, it makes that noise. Flumph. And now there is a small hut.
It's a capsule corp!
That's what I said.
No one can hear us.
That should be
Castle Carl has
just
some sense in
perfect.
Right.
And you also notice that there's smoke rising from the chimney already.
That is a nifty trick.
All right.
It's because the hut's on fire.
Come with me, my dear. And he walks over to the hut, opens the door. Ladies first.
Alright. Just one moment, and I'll touch my sending stone. My arm.
Right, Speedy?
Yes. Trobel, correct?
Yes, Trobel.
The gentleman's name is Trobel. He has made a hut for us to meet in and talk. I'll see you guys
That
in about
doesn't sound
20 minutes.
Why?
Lebert.
I'll walk in.
I'm gonna look at Mira and be like, if she gets kidnapped again, I'm leaving her there.
Right behind you, Trobel walks in, turns around, and goes. And with as large as this bag is, when he sets it down, it's actually kind of quiet. And just thump.
And I'll look at it interestingly. A variant on a bag of holding?
You could say that, yes. And then he starts taking all these trinkets
He's
off
a
his
tiefling
person.
bad, Mary Poppins.
Sinbad from
Yes.
Yeah, the one guy
Yeah.
who gave you all his weapons. We're leaving. Takes over and runs off.
And go have a seat. You turn around and there's a table set with tea.
Magician trick indeed. And I'll
Eh.
I'll
makes
unhook my
traveling much
tail
easier.
from my belt and let it flop down and sit.
Hey, Karana, is there a muffin button?
That would be nice. Ooh, muffins.
Where did you get that?
Muffin button.
All right. And as you sit down, there are 4 cups set. How many friends do you have?
5.
Oh, well, then I need more cups. Sets his pipe down on the table and walks over, grabs a couple more teacups from from one of the cupboards, sets them down, and he starts pouring. And it's a very light colored tea that he pours out, and you get a whiff, and it's got this cinnamon and orange smell to it.
Oh, it's constant comment.
Yeah, like we guys said, constant comment. I like him already.
Right?
I don't. I saw my kids!
I do apologize. I don't have much for anything to snack on, but we can sip on the tea.
That's all right.
Fortunately, this tea never runs out. Another one of the trinkets that I've come across along my way.
A decanter of endless tea.
Don't worry about that. I'm sure that our my traveling companions have something in their bag that we can make into a fine meal.
Karana, I'm hungry.
And I'll pick up a cup and say thank you and sip.
He's already been sipping on his.
Oh yeah. Is it
So tell me, what do you think?
flavor profile? Does it taste like it
It's
smells?
got-
Is it
it's-
sweet?
It's got a very
Floral.
light citrus and vanilla flavor to it. And as it goes down, you can feel the cinnamon.
Nice. Very tasty.
Ah, wonderful. I keep trying to brew my own. It's kind of difficult. I'm not so good at it, but I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, herbs and plants can be finicky.
So I've noticed. About 20 minutes passes as you guys are chit-chatting about absolutely nothing in particular.
Small talk.
Your friends, the entire group, you walk around the bend of part of the valley that you're going through, and you see an old cottage-style building,
Like it's really out of place.
completely out of place in this valley. A small puff of smoke coming out the chimney, and the door is cracked just a little bit.
I'm guessing that's the hut.
You can hear a giggle waft across the way as you recognize Corona immediately.
Wait. We recognized Karana or Corona?
You recognize Corona's giggle.
Krabby spelled it Corona.
Yes.
I know.
Krabby calls me Moo Red.
Right, for reference,
So-
for those who have been in the party long enough, the giggle sounds vaguely reminiscent of when we went to the House of Silk.
That feels a little out
I
of
didn't
place.
go to the House of Silk, so I have no reference.
I know.
Nope.
Darling!
You recognize
Neither does
Corona's
Elfakir.
giggle.
It's that
I-
slightly nervous, but really, like, pleased kind of giggle. Like,
Hey,
I
Jade.
don't really do the
Does
giggle.
Karana sound pleased but nervous?
Yes. I will bite you.
I didn't care. I wasn't down.
You guys come up to the door and it's cracked open, and just as you get ready to knock, enter enter.
Okay, we're vampires. We have to be invited in.
Oh, fair enough. And as you guys walk in, you see a tiefling that is orange and black. There's kind of spots about him that are like black ink blots, as it were.
He's picked
He's
up.
got a fairly
Yes.
fluffy beard coming down, but it's not full. It only starts at the back of his chin and comes down to right about the top of his chest. And it's
So no neck beard.
And the bush.
it is. It just kind of.
You're a strange-looking fellow.
He's got really deep green eyes, and he is as tall as Mirren, but all of his weight is around the waist.
Aren't tieflings supposed to be short?
No.
Aren't
No.
half-orcs supposed to be brutes?
I'm pretty brutish.
Oh, shots fired!
You knocked on the door. That doesn't seem very brutish to me.
Oh, want me to kick it down?
Well, if you insist.
Resident will point to each member in turn and begin introducing them.
As you go to introduce Mirren, I will also... Yes, Priestess of Mirren, have you heard the good word of Mirren? He's aspiring to godhood.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with that. I
Thank
don't
you.
really have much... what's the word? I'm not very fond of gods.
Neither's she.
That's... must
Is that
be
a
something in
tiefling
our
thing?
blood.
No, but that was an Ori thing. That's funny. I have a dear friend, and he's also not a fan of gods, but he has reason as, he's a dragon.
Everyone has their reason, and a dragon, well, they have even more reason. I mean, think about what happened to them.
Hold on,
I
hold
can
on.
see.
Did him summoning this hut from the stone constitute as a spell?
No.
He incanted.
He said a command word.
Okay.
So, like my staff.
Okay.
I know where you're going with that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Karana, how do you introduce all of us?
Yes, please do the introductions.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear.
Right. I will start with who's closest in the door first. 'Cause-
Mirren was the one who
I was
came
like-
through the door.
Okay. I will point at Mirren. This is Mirren. He is our resident frontline fighter.
Ah, well, you look like you can handle that job quite well.
Thank you. I apparently died in her dream now.
Well, you
It
didn't
was
die.
a dream, so you look
you
not much worse for wear.
Right.
You didn't die.
Have a seat,
Down.
there's some tea.
I'm gonna say who is next
Tea.
in line.
Who's going to be the next in line?
I'll be last.
Probably Alpha
Hokkiden.
seeing as she always.
Hokkiden said he was next.
Okay.
Okay. I'll point at Hokkiden. This is Hokkiden. He is a fellow druid, and our newest acquisition to our little group.
Ah,
We acquired him.
absolutely wonderful. You have some strange markings just like I do. Being
Yes,
unique is a
unfortunately-
wonderful thing, isn't it?
I take his teacup and I'm like,
Well, unfortunately, these markings I acquired somehow.
Well, we all acquire something. It just makes you different, and you should embrace that.
Who's
Yeah.
next?
Who's next?
I can be.
Okay,
But
Ilfikir, you
should
got
have
the
been
next one.
closer to Mirren.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say she's usually pretty close.
Yes. I will point at Elfikir. This is Elfikir. She is our.
At Melandris.
I'm not saying her full name. It's too much of a mouthful.
Ilfir at Lysine at Melandris at your service.
Well, you
Yeah.
must have some
forgot
sort
the
of
last
royalty
sorry.
in your blood.
Yes, she is our resident bookworm.
Ah, wonderful. Knowledge is power, and all that fun stuff. I don't have much
Power
time for
is
books
power.
because I wander.
Next,
We'll go with Navarre.
Naivara. This is Naivara. She is our resident scout and sneak.
Ah, you're the one who killed your friend in your dream.
I didn't kill the demons did. And he technically didn't
Oh.
die.
Well, okay. Fair enough. If the demons did it, then you are absolved of your sins.
Not exactly. Just move on.
Moving
And
on.
then Vistra.
Yep.
Vistra is last,
last.
I believe. Yes.
She's a famous.
This is Vistra. This is Vistra Amberhide. She is our bard, and yes, she is the Thane of a resident dwarf city at the moment.
Oh, fantastic. Which dwarf city? I'm kind of new to this place, so I don't know who's what and where's when. So, yes, what city?
Called.
Called? Called. And where can I find this called?
Fair ways away from here, across the desert and a couple other places.
Then I will have to wander some more. Do sit down, do enjoy the tea. What is it that brings you fine folks out this direction? As I just got done telling your friend, I found myself here accidentally. I think one of my trinkets made me happy here.
How?
Well, I deal with magic items and cursed items, and...
Oh.
No, that's not cursed. That's just a tea.
I already threw the cup.
How dare you spill this magnificent tea?
He said the word cursed.
His hand pops out, and the cup stops in midair.
Ooh.
It's not cursed.
Okay.
It's delicious, by the way.
Sorry for almost destroying your dainty cup here.
That's alright, I can mend it.
So
have
wait,
a-
you're
what? Huh?
you're a magic user then?
Very little. I have just a smidge of understanding from when I was a child going to school, but I didn't really care for it too much.
So then, where is your hometown then, if you don't mind my asking?
I'm not sure. I don't know where I am.
Right, but where are you? Where did you grow up? What's the name of the place you were born? That has nothing to do with where you are now.
Oh, well. Where did I come from?
Cotton Eye Joe.
No, not there. I've
Oh,
been
this-
moving around for so long, it's hard to say where I would call home.
Well, currently you're in the desert.
Well, actually, I'm in the mountains.
You
No.
did say that Randor was the last continent you were on.
It was,
correct?
yes. Randor was the last place I was.
This is Algus.
Okay, the one across the sea.
Yep.
Well,
Are there-
that made that query easier.
Are there others?
Are there others what?
Algus, Randor, is there more?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I figured you might know.
Not yet. I've only been here for a short time.
So were
From-
you on Randor for the rest of your life?
No. I'm trying to figure out how to explain where I'm from. I'm actually not from this planet.
You're,
Like a different plane?
That's a good word for it.
what? Do you know what plane?
I think they call it hell.
Depends on who you talk to. I mean, I'm sure sometimes you call this place hell too.
Yeah.
Some days.
No, that's Ironhaven.
Oh, wait, where's Ironhaven? What's Ironhaven?
Just.
Let me tell you a story about Ironhaven.
Please,
you and your prejudice against the dwarf kingdom. It wasn't
With
their
him
fault we got
asking-
kidnapped.
With him asking
Where
so
were
much
they?
about where he is and where things are, I do want to ask if there's either another table or if we could clear a section of this table and open the map.
yes, let's clear the tea off. Okay, that's fine.
And then I want to take out the map I have and spread it out.
Is this like a hoarder's home? Is it just like piles of stuff all
there
over?
is absolutely, it's gorgeous in this place.
Okay.
It is a beautiful little cottage, but you notice, as now you're looking around a bit, in one corner there is a giant bag and a pile about that tall of random stuff. Rings, necklaces, swords, daggers,
I'm kind of,
trinkets,
after
etc.
opening the map, if I see that, I'm just going to kind of look over and be like,
Right.
Strange tiefling, have you heard of a thing called a rectangle?
Yes, it has 4 corners.
But you can use it as a shield and a sword?
No, I can't say I have.
Oh, dang it.
you're going to keep trying until you get one, aren't you?
That's
But I have
funny.
something like that.
Out of curiosity, my friend, when
Fair point, Grant.
why are you carrying around magical and cursed items with you?
That's what I deal with. That's my trade.
Oh,
So they're for sale then.
I suppose if you want to. The problem is I don't know which is cursed and which isn't.
ah,
Well, maybe we could help figure out the difference for you for a discount.
No. I rather enjoy the adventure. Hence finding myself here.
Do you have
Well-
family?
No.
You're just
Which
alone?
ones would you
Yes.
consider
I
parting
believe you guys
with?
would call it a hermit.
I shall offer you a small bit of advice. When you do come across some settlements, our kind are not known here, so you may encounter some fear.
Resistance.
Nothing I'm
Outright
unaware of.
bullying.
I have been to places where they've tried to kill me because I have horns. I mean, it is what it is. They thought it was an aphrodisiac.
Oh, human horn.
Yes, no, tiefling horn.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Even horny.
Right. No, and to
drama.
answer your previous question from a few minutes ago, we are seeking an artifact.
Wonderful.
yes.
Artifacts are a wonderful thing. I don't have any of those.
It looks like this.
Oh, fantastic.
But it's another one of these, I think.
We're hoping, and hoping it's
Well,
not
considering it
pieces.
came from a dead god.
Malari, familiar? I didn't say you don't like care
yeah,
for gods.
actually, yes, I have heard of Malar.
What do you know?
He was a god that if my memory serves correctly, he spent quite a bit of time handling shape changes. And
That's what I want. That would be awesome.
You're already half shape changed yourself.
I know, but like fool would be cool, right?
That would be really cool.
You already terrify small children.
So
But
why don't you start?
I can't. It's just conjecture. I can't like commit to my own path, and then also, I mean, maybe eventually, whatever. But I can't commit to my path and seek something from him because he's already probably pissed off I'm doing this. So anyway, shape changers.
yes, and well, if my memory serves from the books, Millar kind of vanished soon after.
When the world needed him 100 years ago. I'm sorry, we just started watching Avatar.
He kind of vanished after the sundering, I think is what it's referred to.
Yes.
And yeah, from there, not much is known about him. He just happened to be, well, he was kind of pivotal. I
Pivotal?
can't say that word.
Pivotal.
Important with the different fights that were going on. He was kind of a tactician type person, really good at pack tactics.
That would make sense.
Are you familiar with the symbols?
A couple of them.
I turn
yes.
around and show my tail.
Ah, yeah, that was given to people that ranked very high in his echelon.
Ooh.
Yeah, it sort of actually saved me because I technically died.
So you saw Millar?
No, I saw the white wolf. I still see him in my dreams.
Fantastic.
What was it called? The Avatar?
That's it.
I'm a chosen.
Well,
You're
yes,
adorable.
the mark on your tail says as such. So that is a
I'm
fantastic
chosen.
thing.
You're adorable.
As he's having this conversation, he leans over, and all of a sudden, it kind of dawns on all of you. And he's,
Thank you for the sub, Rap.
it's about time!
I think it renewed last week, but I just got the message now.
Right.
1 year!
It does that to me too. It's like 3 weeks after the sub comes around. Do you want to announce you subbed? As he's leaning over and looking at this map, something dawns on you guys that was kind of just lost for a little while.
Sunlight.
That too. He's wearing a fez.
Yes.
And a bow tie, because bow ties are cool.
No,
Oh.
just a fez. And his clothing now that
I had to watch Aaron's reaction. I'm sorry.
Yep.
When I said that, I had to wait to see what Aaron was going to do.
Yep. As he leans over as well, you all get a really good look at what he's wearing, and he is wearing some very elegant red silk clothing.
Is he a doctor?
He is a doctor.
It's bigger on the inside. The hut's bigger on the inside.
Okay.
I deal with
gee.
this screwdriver that fixes almost everything.
There's somewhere here in my bag. He's a Mary Poppins doctor.
This is fantastic. It's fun meeting people that are well, new. I mean,
I'm not new.
no, you're new to me. I've never met you before, and I've, again, never been here before, so you seem like absolutely wonderful people. I wish you the best of luck on your journey.
No, get out of my house.
Well, kind of.
Okay.
I do have to find some place that I can call home for until I figure out how I can move on.
Well, you move on by walking your feet.
Well, yes, but maybe I'll wind up jumping to another location like I did this time.
So, like quantum
Well,
leap.
If you happen to make
And
it
I will
all
make sure everything goes the right way this time.
right, if you
Sure you
happen to
will.
make it all the way to a large city called Whitebridge, head up the Boar's Head Tavern, and you will find and mention us, and you will find good hospitality there.
Well, I much appreciate.
Or Talmond.
That's
There's
farther.
Boar's
though.
Head.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're-
well, yeah, I guess.
I will.
But he's apparently jumping all over. Maybe he'll be there next.
Right. A final question then before we leave,
Uh-huh.
as you are the first of my kind I've ever met. What do you know of the Bearheart family?
The Bearheart family. They have. Oh,
That's-
hold on, just one
You
moment.
told us that before? That's I'm like Bear.
Yes.
What? Ooh.
Yep, she has. But it was in the days of Alachis.
It's
Actually,
been a while.
No.
She never mentioned it. Eric did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Way back in the
Yeah.
day.
'cause
And
you would
Mirren
also
forgot.
mention-
Yep.
I said Ilfakir didn't know that,
Nope,
but
Ilfakir, you
Alexis
didn't.
would have.
Ilfakir doesn't know the last name, and neither does Hakuden.
Question. Continue, but then I have a question.
He gets up from the table, walks over to his bag, and you can see him rummaging around. And something about it, all of you are just like, what the heck? As he starts to lean over, and he is half in the bag,
Oh my!
and he's 6'3".
He's taller than me.
Yes,
I'm 6'2".
he's just a touch taller than you.
He's literally a foot taller than me.
He's literally a foot taller than me.
And
He
your
is 2 inches
spatial-
shorter than I am.
Your spatial reasoning tells you that him digging around like it appears, his hand is going through the floor.
Oh my.
Hawkins bike.
And he's digging around. Oh, where did I put it? Where is it?
I go and lift him up and he falls in.
No, you just hold him by the ankles and help.
He pops back up. I found it. Okay. Wanders over. Do you want to pick up your map, or can I just...
Yeah, no, I can, and I'm gonna roll it up and put it back in the case.
Okay. And as you roll it up, he sets down this tome.
Ooh.
And it's
It's gilded and it's got
3 inches thick, and you notice that the tab that goes over the top of it has a big, thick iron lock on it.
Ooh.
Wow.
And he reaches into one of his pockets and pulls out a key.
I have my hands on my hammer.
Not that kind of book. As he you hear it click, 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 like 3 or 4 times. It clicks as he's turning it, and it's rotating
Wow.
a lot. And then finally he pulls it out, opens it up, and you can see that the golden latch is only about that thick. Pops open,
Pretty impressive.
starts thumbing through it. Bearheart. Ah, yes, here we go. And he opens it up, and you can see that there's writing on it, and it's in a language you do not understand.
Even speaking Infernal?
It is in a language you do not understand.
Is it common, orc, or celestial?
It is not one of the best languages.
Abyssal?
Nope.
Interesting.
Sylvan?
It is not in a language you understand.
Not
I'm
even
guessing.
not even the Rosetta Stone.
I'm guessing
Read it?
primordial.
We'll
What?
see.
What? Yes, Vistra?
It's not one of my languages.
It is a language you do not understand.
Yes, she-
Do I recognize the characters at all?
No.
So they're not even in common scripts.
Not that you can tell.
Cool.
Lovely.
Interesting.
And he's thumbing through this thing, and his fingers are going across it like this, and he's just... No.
So can you read that?
Yes, I wrote it.
Oh,
What is it written in?
My own language.
cool.
You write books in your own language. Who reads them?
It's a
I
very,
do.
it's
It's-
very smart
I
way
know
to
what
keep
he
information
is.
protected.
what's the
Language
what's,
up.
what's the word you cryptography?
Crypto, huh?
So it's kind of like Thieves'
Oh.
Cant. Like
No,
your own,
thieves can't be simple.
but I mean, it's like your own more complicated version of
Yes,
it.
it's cryptography. It's a code
Ooh.
that I wrote myself, and
Ow, paper cut.
Did you teach me some of that?
Well, why would he teach you?
Just
if you understand thieves can't, then you know the basics of cryptography anyhow.
fair.
You keep saying that word.
I don't think you know what it
Codes.
means.
I'm gonna pull out a bag of mirror treats. Here, have some food.
Your tail starts to wiggle.
Yes.
Damn it! I forgot about
Have a
that.
biscuit.
I'm angry, but it's like
Your tail just...
What was that from again?
This is
A magic burst.
shut
Oh,
up.
that's right.
Nobody asked you. Read your
I'm sorry.
read your cryptography.
I apologize.
Cryptography.
I did not mean to offend.
It's okay. He lost a bet to a dragon.
Oh, fair enough.
I almost won.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But
Well-
now that you last, that
Bearheart.
happens every time.
I have very
Not
little
forever.
notes on here, but from what I have gathered in my travels, the Bearheart family appears to be a lineage, a bloodline that existed and may still exist. Nobody is sure, but I'm sure now because here you are that the bloodline still exists.
Oh, so you may be the last one of your bloodline.
You're the last Bearheart.
Lovely.
You lost most of your family. Lost most of mine.
I don't have
Yeah.
any.
I
Okay.
ignore my dad.
Bummer, you're both female. I mean,
Yeah,
Wait. Oh.
Crap,
That'd be
totography.
really interesting mix of bloodlines.
Right. Thank you. That's more information than I've been able to gather in my entire life, honestly.
Well, I'm glad I could assist.
Out of curiosity, kind sir,
Yes.
have you ever come across a tower that looks like bone that might be either underground or in the air?
I've come across a lot of crazy things, but in this world, I have not.
Okay.
Yes.
Agreed, Krabby.
I also have a question. Have you ever heard of the Sword of Cass?
Oh, it's a sort of legend. I know that much.
Do you
No,
know
it's a Sword
much
of Cass.
about Cass?
No.
No. This sword's not exactly just legendary. It's real.
Fantastic.
Like not taking it out of the scabbard, I'm just gonna be like, I have it. It's not full. Like it's only the blade itself is only about this long right now. I have to find the rest of the pieces, so we're on a puzzle hunt.
Neat.
It also sometimes take over her mind, and I have to punch her till she
yeah,
till
it
she
kind
gets
of
sense.
makes me see red.
You know, like I said, I am a procurer of cursed items. If you'd like to relieve yourself of that trouble, I would be more than willing to take it.
I can't exactly. I'm actually apparently part of his bloodline. I'm a descendant.
No kidding.
So.
So are you Nivara Cass?
I don't freaking know at this point.
What questions have you of us, as you are new here?
Oh, I have no questions. I'm absolutely enjoying the fact that you're telling me these stories.
I was gonna say we're having a Minnesota goodbye because he asked us to get it out like a half an hour ago.
I'm just
Oh.
super excited because we found another tiefling. Because for our entire lives, Karama's been the only one we knew of.
Wait
And
a
then all of
moment.
sudden, poof, he literally appeared.
Wait one cotton picking moment.
What?
If you're brand new here and you've never been around and you don't know where you're from or where you're going, why are you in such a damned hurry?
Because I'm curious.
Well, you know what they say about the curious. You killed the cat.
Oh,
But
I,
satisfaction
did
brought
you
it back.
happen to come from an area that had a swamp?
yes.
Where?
Can you point us in that direction?
And
How far?
he points down the valley.
Wait, how far?
Oh, I'd say you guys are about 2, maybe 3 hours away from the end. That's the direction.
I get up and I'm like, see ya!
I want to grab his tail.
That's
To be
really
like, wait.
That's really odd that our horses couldn't smell it from that close of a distance. And you didn't come across any dragons while you were there?
I don't think I'd be alive if I saw a dragon.
Fair.
Well, I point to. He's not here. I point to
Hakuden.
Hakuden. He's part dragon.
And so is she.
Yeah, I suppose.
That's a bit different.
Technically,
than the
I'm
adult
more dragon
we're
than
going
he
to go
is.
to potentially fight.
He pointed to you, Ilfikir.
Ah,
I mean, they're both.
No, but I
dragons,
mean
but
Mirren-
they're not real
never mind.
dragons. Real dragons, you know, they're supposed to be these evil, nasty creatures that will destroy you at the blink of an eye because they're such.
But we know a good dragon.
They're not.
well, I would
all
like
of
to
them.
one day meet a real dragon as I try to hurriedly shush my party members. I would love to meet a real dragon. Being a dragon of dragon blood, I think it would be to my advantage to speak with one and see if there's anything that I should be doing or some such.
It sounded like she said sleep.
I'm sure both of those are true.
Yes, it would be a great thing for you to meet a dragon.
As you see Hakuden trying his damnedest to lie and doing horribly at it.
Anyway, thank you for your hospitality. We should probably let
Right?
you go about your way.
Fantastic.
Krabby, that's so perfect.
I believe,
Yeah, that's insane.
I believe that one day we will run into each other again. Mostly because I had so much fun with you.
It was very enjoyable to meet you as
Well,
well.
next time we're charging.
For what?
Because apparently we gave you so much like story that you were so interested. By the time you meet us again, we're gonna have more stories, but we can't just give them away for free that time.
Wait, I do have a question.
I may have an answer.
Have you ever seen anything like this? And I'm gonna hold up the ocarina.
I've seen many of those.
Have you ever come across one that could open portals to other dimensions?
No, but I do remember a story of something like that from when the Gods' War was happening.
Oh?
Could you elaborate?
There was an ocarina that could open up portals. That's all I know.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
That's fair.
I mean, there's lots of stories of crazy and fantastical things that happened during the Gods' War, and well, how many of them do you know are true? But now I'm starting to see that at least one of them is true.
There's a lot of stories in there.
Yeah, we have a bit of a mixed bag of interesting.
I have a mixed bag too.
So you say you've got a mixed bag of trinkets, and so do we. It just happens to be spread out for our whole group.
Apparently, we're losing Ilfikir.
For just a moment.
Oh,
DoorDash. Not a sponsor.
My door is
Although-
not going anywhere.
I would gladly sponsor if we had a system like that in this town.
You know, right?
Yeah.
If we could have them hit us every time we go on break, that would be
It's
so cool.
so.
They would get a lot of money.
There's
Like-
no food delivery in this town.
Except
Except for
Well, some
Right,
restaurants
Krabby?
do it.
well, right, but we don't got any of the.
We don't have like Uber Eats or DoorDash or
Anything like
that
Thanks,
stuff.
Krabby.
I wish we had.
You're not wrong.
We just have the
but
classic deliveries.
Yeah.
I
Pizza, so forth.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that we're slowly beginning to Minnesota goodbye our way to the door now.
Mhm. Okay.
Have you seen that GIF where it shows like the line for the conversation,
Yes.
and every time it's at goodbye, it goes to something else.
Yes.
And it's like
That is how. It's hard not to do Minnesota goodbye though when all the players are living in Minnesota and we've gotten so used to it.
Right.
Right.
Well,
So-
all right.
So anyway, did I tell you the story? Never mind.
Play the ballad of Nero.
I appreciate
This
you
one
telling
time-
me. I appreciate you telling me about the boar's head. Is what you said.
Yes.
Okay. I will definitely look. You have a tattoo.
Yeah.
We all have that.
It's a
our
boar's head.
guild mark.
No, it's a coincidence.
It's a.
She's
She's literally going to take her tail and whap him upside the back of the head with the flat end of her
Ow.
tail spike.
The thing I built for you?
Yes.
That's not fair. I built that.
wait. What did I miss?
You seem quite skilled. Karana just slapped Mirren
Gibbs.
with the tail spike that he crafted for her
Yep, just give
Why?
it the flat blade.
because they were picking on each other.
No.
Okay.
He said boar's head, and I lifted my arm, my whatever, to show the tattoo. And I looked at my arm. Yeah, I lifted whatever I'm wearing to my arm here. I'm like, look, boar's head.
Your fur?
We all have that mark.
It's a guild. It's a guild mark.
So
Yep.
And we
So
have
wait.
a chevron on it.
I am not showing off my abs
We
to
should
show
have
off a
two.
tattoo.
Yes.
We have 2 chevrons.
Oh,
2
yeah.
gas stations.
I tell you what, you mentioned something in the form of payments because of the stories that you have
I
given
was
me.
kidding.
I actually think that's not a bad idea. You have entertained me quite well with your stories. I think
Oh,
I
that-
have something for you.
Rectangle, rectangle, rectangle.
And he again starts digging in the bag of whatever. Oh, wait, nope. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Ah, here we go.
Is this gonna be a cursed item?
I don't know.
Oh, great.
That's very interesting.
Here. And he hands out a little tiny clockwork looking figurine of a knight.
Cool.
Here.
What is it?
It's a little figurine of a knight.
You would be the
Does
one.
it do anything?
I don't know, I haven't played with it yet.
Where'd you get it?
I
Fascinating.
found it laying around somewhere.
Ilfikir, can you do the identify thingy?
I don't have that magic.
Oh,
Does
who does? I thought
Vistra
somebody
had
had.
it? Vistra had it.
Yeah, Vistra.
had what?
Identify.
I don't, but I can cast it.
Doesn't
With
somebody
my-
have identify?
I
No.
thought.
We have this conversation every single time we come across a magic item for like the past 3 years.
Andras has identify.
Hey guys, does anyone have identify? Did you use that 16?
When
Like
I
they're
level up, I am
the same.
taking 1 point of wizard to get identify.
No, I can cast identify. We just don't have our.
Well,
what
can't
was
we do it
Hold
the
on.
10-minute the study with it,
The
Mark?
ritual.
Yeah.
You would have
We
to,
don't have our cleric of beat up, so
Your cleric of Bible thumping.
Yes.
There it is. And I'll take the little knife,
What?
look it over. Very interesting. And stow it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think it's just fair. He did bring up a point. You guys gave me a lot, and this is me giving you something in return.
I was kidding. In case you haven't picked up in the last hour of us talking, I am sometimes a jokester.
That's wonderful.
He just
Levity is one of the greatest things to have in life.
Right?
But, again, I would suggest everybody exit.
Probably guys.
Okay, the swamp's like 3 hours
Then
away.
we'll
Let's
head
go.
outside.
Go,
As
go,
we-
go.
I
go.
start running.
Get out. And as you
Safe
guys
travels.
exit, he's right behind you. Thank you. We were really getting close on time. There's only about 5 minutes before that thing turns into a stone again.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
That makes sense why you're showing.
Then why? You could have told
You
us
should have
that.
led with that.
Yes, but
Did you get
you
your
guys were telling me all sorts of fun stories.
you made sure to get your bag and stuff out before it turns into a stone?
No, I don't have to.
Okay. It just turned into a stone.
No, I just shunt them out.
Oh, cool.
I found that out on accident one day because I forgot something in there.
Oh dear.
So what happens if you're in it and it...
It'll kill you.
Oh,
That doesn't scare me.
it scares me.
I trapped something
I
in the orange on
hesitate-
accident and
hesitate
didn't
to ask how
realize
you found
fire
that out.
came on it and it kind of went.
Oh.
I look at Ilfakir after she said that and like, after you've experienced it once, it doesn't scare you anymore. Yeah.
I feel like it just scared you more, honestly. Anyway.
He picks up the cottage as you guys watch it. Just
That's cool.
picks it up, tosses it in the
So
bag.
where did you get that from?
I found it somewhere.
You just found it somewhere?
Yeah.
He collects.
Well,
You
consider,
mean,
consider
like-
the things that we've found.
Like a klepto collector? Like, oops, I found it.
No, not like that. I
No,
wander. I find places that are interesting to me, and sometimes I get these little trinkets that are neat.
Cool.
If you are heading in the direction of the desert, the beasts there are considerably larger than what would be considered normal.
They hurt.
Well, I'm sure one of my many trinkets will help me out if something bad happens.
What do you have for combat trinkets? Like staff of fireball or gem of black hole?
He
Gem
leans
of
over
fireball.
to where the pile of junk is on the ground. I have this dagger I got from a trader who said it scared his wife. I've got this sword I got from a knight who said it was cursed. He always lost battles with his friends. I've got lots of stuff like that.
Cool.
You scare me.
I think it's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it's a little terrifying that he's got a bunch of cursed items, but I think it's kind of cool that you.
What's the word? I know we're.
I mean, as long as you don't attune to any of them, you should be fine.
What's the worst curse you've gotten?
There was one that turned my hands backwards.
Ooh.
Oh,
That sounds rather painful.
Really disturbing.
that's disturbing.
Well, considering we just dealt with something that calcifies your flesh,
Yeah,
Was
that
that-
wasn't fun.
Was that real or dream?
that was the
Dream.
That was
That
real.
was-
That was real.
And
The only stuff that was a
regrowing.
dream was from the point that you woke up and found the sheet music. Anything before that was not.
Oh, gotcha.
And regrowing limbs is not fun.
Oh, you got over it.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
so
must bid you
sucked.
adieu.
It was nice to meet you. Safe travels.
Thank you kindly.
I hope,
And he picks up his bag and starts trundling along.
I
His
hope
pipe.
we get to see you again.
I do as well. Safe travels.
You too.
Don't die.
I'm gonna
I
be
don't plan on
inspecting
it.
the little knight after he goes, and like the meme of the woman with the
Yep.
with the equations, like
I don't want to touch it.
I just met another tiefling.
Yeah.
What?
I thought you were odd, but I think for your kind, you're rather normal, Karana.
Well, considering I was raised here, I'm probably odd compared to others. I may be the
I
last of
do
my
suppose.
lineage. That's
Yeah.
an interesting bit of information.
What do you mean bear heart?
That is my last name.
Oh.
Hey, DM, that leads me back to the question I had, like, before. Can I, with my noble background and considering I'm the genealogist, can I see if that racks my brain anywhere? Bear
Nope.
heart, bear heart. No?
Nope.
It's interesting that We didn't know your last
Knowlton?
name, and we grew up with you.
I don't have a last name.
She didn't know her
I
last
don't
name.
know my own birthday, so
I'm gonna give myself a last name.
really
It's the day
not-
you were born.
I don't know when that was.
Then
Cut
let's
your arm off and
celebrate.
see how many rings.
Let's give you one then. What's the earliest season you remember? You only have 4 choices.
Are you sure?
There could be more seasons in
She-
this world.
I've
She
never.
she strikes me as a spring.
I've never celebrated my own birthday. It's not something that's important to me. Though I do thank you for the gesture.
I haven't celebrated mine in a long time.
I celebrate
I
mine
hate
like a
people
week
like
ago,
that, for
almost.
the record.
Yeah,
Huh?
kinda.
Can you repeat that? I couldn't
They
hear.
don't like people who don't celebrate birthdays.
For those of us who are extroverts, let us love you in our obnoxious way.
For those of us
Yeah.
who are introverts, never!
Right.
Do you want to celebrate your birthday? Yes. How? Sitting at home watching TV?
Yes.
Alone.
That
Well,
sounds like
and I'm
a
gonna
In the
look at
dark.
Elfakir and say, considering I only revealed my face to the world about 4 months ago when I first started adventuring, before that I kept it covered at all times, I'd say I'm doing pretty well.
If it's any
I mean,
consolation,
we saw your face.
I
Right.
love the way you look. I like how unique you look.
You'll like the way you look. I guarantee it.
We've seen your face
If
prior to
someone
that.
can dissect me in my sleep, that'd be great.
And yes,
Wait, what?
Everybody with the exception of Hakkadin and Ilfakir have already seen your face prior.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you want a birthday, why don't we celebrate the day you joined the Boar's Head?
Oh, that's a lovely
Prefer that
idea.
Not to be a birthday celebration, but more of a.
Anniversary?
And you're all going to think I'm sappy as heck, but a found family celebration.
I'm gonna glomp you so freaking hard, like.
I don't think it's sappy. I think it's redundant. I don't want to celebrate a birthday. I'm really sappy. No, you're not. Thank you. That's gonna smell really good in about 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But no. Shall we keep moving? I can see that Marin is about ready to dig through the mountain here.
He's not even, like, his tail is twitching in slight agitation.
And I'm gonna pick up a Marin tree and throw it at him. Have a biscuit.
I run. Let's go. Let's go.
Right. As we mount back up on our horses, DM, I will be inspecting the little knight. Is there like a twisty mechanism to start him up? Is it just he's just a little figurine?
He moves a little bit when you play with his extremities. His head does pivot a little bit, but there doesn't seem to be, for lack of better terms, an on-off switch.
Okay. Is this little knight styled in human fashion, dwarven fashion, elven fashion?
It is designed in literary fashion.
Oh, fancy. Okay, cool.
Children's toy. I wonder if it reacts to magic.
Does anyone have detect magic? Can I take detect?
I wonder if anyone has identify.
Does anybody cast Identify? Ow! No! Ow!
I didn't even bite you that hard.
You guys continue moving on, and indeed, about 3 hours passes, and you guys see the approach of the swamp. You also notice that there are flurries starting to fall. The
Wait,
snow is coming.
In this, glad we have the ring's warmth.
Winter's
Quick-
coming.
Quick side note,
Winter in a swamp.
I will cast Identify on the little trinket
Okay.
soldier thing.
Are you going to take it from Karana?
I'm just gonna hold out my hand.
Excuse me.
Take it to the limit.
Mr. rides up next to you and does this.
She is gonna cast it. Get it back.
Maybe.
Begrudgingly, it is
You're
in
the
your
one who
hand.
asked me.
I have
And
no words for that
As
woman.
you cast Identify on it, it is indeed a magical toy.
Okay.
Magic burst.
But it appears
No.
that it requires magic being put into it for it to do anything.
Hold on. I would have had to use inspired words.
Yep,
That does not count,
that is casting a spell.
but it doesn't use a spell slot.
No, but it is using those bardic inspiration to cast a spell.
Okay.
That is it. Well, no, never mind, because it's similar to like Paladin Channel Divinity. So no,
Right.
never mind. Never mind.
Huh? No, I'm actually.
But that's what you get out of it. It is a magical
Defense
automaton that requires a source of magic to power it. It doesn't have any combat function or anything like that.
Oh. I will relay this to the hoarding druid.
Okay. Fascinating. And I'll hand it to Zuki in his
Okay.
little pod
Okay.
and let him play with it.
Which I was carrying and I would have given back.
Yes, thank you.
Alright. The swamp is not frozen yet. However, it is definitely getting cold out there.
Look, I've worked in a swamp in winter and it sucks. It absolutely sucks.
And you are entering a swamp at the beginning of winter.
McGregor.
It's cold and wet. It's just
Well, and whatever ice forms, you don't know if it's going to be if
Hard
it's
to walk
surface
on,
if it's
or-
surface thick or 2 feet thick.
Yep.
So when you bust through it, yeah,
Maybe we should cast
McGregor's.
water walk on the
This
horses.
is gonna be interesting, you guys.
We could.
Vistra suggested water walk on the horses.
Well, wouldn't it? Don't we need ice walk?
No.
We need to go through
Really?
the swamp to get to where we're going, or can we go around it?
But ice is just frozen water.
Well, we believe that the
I'll
dragon's
cast water
lair
on
is in the swamp. So what if we stayed on the outskirts and did what we originally suggested before we ran into the tiefling, and have Karana or Hakudin scout, or even myself flying?
But
So maybe
again,
we should set up
let's
camp
So
here.
here, with you using fly versus just an animal that, because they can somewhat do the native animals to that area
That's a good idea.
versus an elf just flying through the air and could be spotted by a dragon.
Oh look! I'm delivering myself to be dinner.
It's your DoorDash.
You make it sound like a bad
It's
thing.
your dragon dash.
Dragon Dash.
Dragon Dash.
Here,
Not a sponsor, but
ordered
that could be a cool sponsor.
you ordered elf, right?
Here's
Extra crispy with a side of dragon blood.
Or would you like an elfsicle?
So you guys are just entering into the swamp. You do happen to be traveling on what feels like a land bridge, as there seems to be kind of an expanse of land that is still solid with swamp separated on either side of it. And this little bit of a land bridge is probably 20 feet wide and kind of meanders. And
While I'm scouting, would you like to cast Queen of Nature? Sorry, DM.
if we're standing still, I can.
And as you are looking, everything around you looks thick, full of brambles and vines and weeds. The branches and everything are gnarled and twisted together. It creates this ominous looking weave of trees and vines and marsh all around in both directions.
Cool.
Like commune with nature.
Okay.
And Hakuden, are you going or am I, or should we both go and go in different directions?
We might as well both go in different directions.
Agreed.
Oh, where did that put it?
I totally missed that. Totally missed what
Yes.
Speedy had said. I
So-
come back from getting a snack and the first thing I hear is Reb saying don't die.
Right.
Right.
So that is the The plan then is for Mirren to cast Commune with Nature at the edge of the swamp, and for Hakunin and I to take opposite directions and scout.
Okay.
Then
Yeah, we'll stay by Mirren. Because he's going to be vulnerable when he's casting.
And how
My
far
plan?
does Commune with Nature take you?
3 miles around me, or 300 feet in unnatural settings.
Okay. And this is the casting of the spell.
Yes, it is. I'm aware.
So Mirren actually gets
The magic burst, which is
a
a rare.
magic burst.
Toddler Mirren.
No,
Apparently it never happens to you.
because I don't
Mirren.
cast spells. I have 2 spells.
Well, yeah, because you're a barbarian.
I know.
You get Commune with Nature.
The last time,
You're a spectacly touched barbarian.
the last time I was toddler mirrors because I was a target with spell.
Oh, where did I put it?
And if it's toddler mirrored again, I'm not doing it. FYI.
Right.
You're re-rolling it.
No,
Well,
you'll
the
do
good news is you have a 1 in 10,000 chance of that happening.
Patrick,
Have you seen my XCOM luck?
Yes, I have.
Grandpa Mirren.
You kids!
Get off my lawn.
Back in
I
my
see a claw and I'm
day,
like, ugh.
back in my day, I could slay a dragon in 3 hits.
Alright, so Mirren, as Karana and Hakunin take off in both directions, Mirren, you cast your spell.
My ritual.
10 minutes after you start your ritual, the spell kicks off.
Shut
Ilfikir, Vistra, and Naivara,
uh-oh.
Yeah?
Yes.
Mirren disappears.
Ah!
Me?
Mirren?
Oh, okay.
Mirren, where'd you go?
Oh, crap.
Well, first it was Vistra's turn to get shunted off into a different dimension. Now it's Mirren's.
Wait, where's
I
Mirren?
know this.
I'm going.
You left.
I know.
No, you don't know the last half of that.
I'm gonna say over Boar's net. Guys, Mirren just disappeared.
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
But I
Did he sink or something?
But I'm in ritual though.
You don't
Say
realize
I
what's happening
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so
because you're doing your commune with nature,
Okay.
but that is
over
what
I'm
you
Boar's
have.
net specifically to those two. I'm gonna be like, guys, Mirren just disappeared while doing his ritual.
You guys
I'm going
haven't
to
been
immedi-
flying for more than about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing, Vistra?
I'm gonna immediately go to where he was.
Okay.
I'm going to lunge that direction as well, so this is going to be interesting.
and
Bonk
what,
heads.
Bonkhead.
and what are the two of you going to do?
We're going to check the area where he was in case he sank.
Okay. Hakunin, what are you up to?
Because he may just be invisible for all we know.
I'm going to let them continue to update me on the situation, being that there's 2 capable people over there, 3 capable people over there.
Flutters.
And continue to scout.
Okay.
Just keep me apprised of the situation.
Karana, you said you were... What were you going to do when this came across?
Let me know when he gets back.
I
Thanks.
love
Let
how
me hear this.
blasé people are.
Yeah, you're just gone.
Well, the other
has
stuff that's
happened.
happened to us, that's not exactly the weirdest thing.
I love-
Oh, Mirren's gone. Tell him to bring back DoorDash. Like,
Alright, so Ilfikir and Vistra, I need both of you to roll me a dexterity save.
I want
Oh,
to,
jeez.
when they go towards him, I want to pull out my longbow and kind of move around, just
Yep.
kind of watch while they're doing that, just focus on everything else, make sure nothing's going after us.
So Ilfikir, what'd you get?
yeah, that's a 7.
Vistra?
21.
Alright. So Ilfikir, you lunging toward where Mirren was,
Mirren,
Something-
no!
something catches your foot. And you tumble forward face first into the cold, snow-covered mud.
So she gets a face mask in the worst possible way.
And you slide, from your momentum, you slide 4 feet through the mud.
Oh, in her
She
new
said
robes.
she was lunging at you.
In her new robes.
In her new robes.
Oh.
Vistra,
At least they're wool.
Vistra, you go charging forward to where Mirren was, and something catches you square in the solar plexus. and you have just enough presence of mind to hit the brakes, and you're looking around, and you have no idea what it was that just nailed you in the solar plexus. There's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
Huh.
And now as you stick your hand out and do this, you can feel a solid object in front of you that is...
Depends on where she puts her hand.
Considering her height, I'm making that decision.
If he was doing a
I'd be
ritual,
sitting,
would
yeah.
he be like kneeling or something like that?
Talking to him over Boar's net? Not yet. We just
Mirren,
reacted.
your spell.
Yes.
As you reach out with your commune with nature, you feel an immense power pushing back on you.
Okay. Do I get to choose my 3 things or no?
Choose your 3 things.
Okay.
I'm pointing out that there is an immense power that's pushing back at you.
Do I recognize this as a divine power, like the small divine tinglings I've been getting?
This is a new feeling to you.
You can almost call it
actually,
arcane.
you know what? Roll a wisdom.
Okay. Well, actually, wait. I gotta use the 14 I had.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. That's 15.
15? Actually, that's not bad.
I would have had a 19.
That's still not bad. You feel this, and it's reminiscent of something, but in that sense, I've heard this Ice Ice Baby versus Under Pressure. It's reminiscent of something that you felt before, and the only time you felt that before was during a certain altercation on the way to White Bridge from Narthen.
I was gonna say, the first 2, immediately the first 2 places my mind races to is not necessarily that, but the divine pushback I got from trying to heal Naivara, or the arcane energy I felt when I arm wrestled with Ari twice.
And this feels similar to an altercation you guys experienced on your way to White Bridge.
Okay.
The moment you watched the force field around Vlad vanish because of a certain spell that was cast.
So
Gotcha.
Does my mind maybe start thinking like Fraternus?
It's the disintegration beam that you saw Ari cast, the power behind that.
Oh god. Maybe we're gonna die.
Maybe we can sneak in and sneak out.
So what is it, the features that you're looking for?
Well, I'm choosing powerful celestials, fays, fiends, elementals, or undead.
Okay.
That was a choice I was going to make regardless of what you said.
And the other one?
There's 2 more. Because I get 3.
I should probably write this down.
Yes. So the first one's powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead. I choose influence from other planes of existence. And I choose terrain and bodies of water. No, strike the last one. That's prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or peoples.
That's weird.
Prevalent plants?
Minerals, animals, or peoples.
Okay. We're going to start with that one. In the areas that your spell can reach out to with this pushback, you feel that you are not getting the full range of this spell like you normally would.
So I can see the spell gives me a 3-mile radius. Is there a way for me to like?
It also gives you a 300-foot radius if you're in a place that isn't natural.
For like caverns or buildings. Let me go back there one more time.
Okay. Okay.
I kind of misquoted it to you.
Okay.
In caves or other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. I saw natural and underground. My brain went unnatural.
Unnatural. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your question? As I said, you felt this pushback. It's not reaching as far as it normally would.
Yeah. So the spell gives me a 3-mile radius around me. Is there a way for me to take like a triangulation of like, okay, I can see the 3 miles behind me, but I can't see the like. Do I see the blackout zone of thy spell where it's not showing me all the details.
It is not. There is a point as it reaches out, going behind you. It reaches the full three, or well, the.
So we'll say quadrants, like pies,
No,
like 90
I
degrees.
just lost the word. The strip of land that separates the swamp.
Oh, the land bridge.
Land bridge, thank you. I lost the freaking word. The land bridge, to the south, it goes the full 3 miles. To the north, it stops about a mile in.
Wow.
Okay.
As whatever this power is pushing back and doesn't allow you to exert the pressure to go beyond.
If something is that strong and it's resisting my spell, it probably knows a spell just came to it.
But right now you are currently in communion, so
Yes.
you can have that observation in a moment.
Yes.
So it's like
The
we just set off.
mile that
Yes.
the mile that you can see heading north, and then if you go east and west, 3 miles. So in that northern quadrant, as
So-
it were,
Over the land bridge and then to the north.
right. There's that pushback of energy. You feel both north and south, the prevalence of plants is swamp related foliage, mushrooms, trees,
Weeping willows, stuff like
weeping
that.
willows,
Yeah,
etc. You feel the cattails and the marsh reeds and things like that. Nothing seems out of place when it comes to that. But in the far recesses of the northern quadrant that you can hit in that mile, you can feel that they're not, that something's affecting them.
The plant life?
Yep, something's
Like
affecting
dying, maybe?
You're not sure.
Effect.
There
An
is,
effect.
there is an effect on it that makes them feel not natural.
Unnatural.
Yep.
That's different than the dry.
Hey,
That's alarming.
babe, Thaco,
What?
we gotta run super quick and say bye to Fatal Pillow before she leaves, because she won't be back in the morning before we leave.
Okay, make it quick.
Well, it's okay.
It's 8
We
o'clock.
can do this after break.
Oh,
You said
never
it's
mind. I did
Yeah.
not. You should have said it's 8 o'clock.
You wrote down the options, right?
We did twice. That's why I had to say, babe.
I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
sorry.
Yeah, I didn't hear it.
None of
I
us
didn't- I
heard,
didn't
none of us
either.
heard you. So, with that being said, we will finish off that description when we get back from break.
Okay.
We will be we'll be back in 20 minutes, half an hour, give or take. See you guys in a minute, but stick around for a second. We have a surprise for our break.
Oh.
That's the surprise.
We'll be back in a minute.
Hi everyone, I'm Turkey. I'm from the Grouch Couch. We're a D&D variety channel, and we add a lot of shenanigans into our show. If you hang out long enough, I promise it will make you laugh.
Hi, I'm DM Thaco from Dragons in the Dining Room. We quite literally stream D&D from our dining room. A variety D&D show where we also have a talk show on Mondays. If you hang out with us, you may even be able to influence our show. Welcome to the dining room.
Hey guys, I'm Joe from Joe Journey. If you guys like homebrew, some table talks, some mini campaigns, why don't you go on and jump in the hole and throw me a follow. See you there.
Hi, my name is Sprinkles. I'm from Spooky Sprinkles, and I paint cute and spooky paintings and patches. And so, if you want to come watch a really wholesome art stream, come hang out with me.
Hi, I'm the Lich. I like short and hot live-action gameplays. Think you can survive the dungeon and earn the shirt? Come by on Tuesdays. Or if you dig mutant apocalypses, hit the road with Agent Spooky's Apocalypse Roadshow on Saturday.
And we are hero approved.
Nachos.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Dragons in the Dining Room. We are back from break, and well, Mirren is in the middle of figuring out what might be going on in the area around him when it comes to.
Mirren's in the middle of finding nachos.
But when it comes to things that might be present,
Grasses.
he figured out that the plant life seems to be normal, except for when you got about a mile north, things started feeling unnatural.
Yep.
Um,
That's like.
you do not feel any strong presences of Fey, Fiend, Elemental, Undead, or Celestial. You do not feel that there is any influence from extraplanar things.
So really the only significant finding was that
is that feeling that
I couldn't see the terrain in that area.
Right, the fact that you can't reach beyond a mile, and it starts to feel unnatural after that point.
Okay. Take the rest of mine in this one.
Yeah.
And after you get done getting those feels back, you snap back to your body, and you see Ilfakir is face down in the mud, and you can feel something patting you on the back.
And I go to move my hand to grab Vistra's hand, and then all of a sudden, Vistra just realizes she's patting me, and I grab her hand.
And now you can see him.
Where did you
Oh, why are you in the mud?
go? You disappeared.
Uh,
Coming to look for you and I tripped.
oh, I'm sorry. You see me laugh. You see me struggling to not laugh.
She ran to get you
I
in
know.
a very heroic manner, and she slid beautifully through the mud. You missed it.
Does anybody have that spell where you can, the prestidigitation, where you can clean the robes off?
She just did.
You did? Okay.
And Karana and Hakadin, the two of you continuing to fly. Hakadin, you see, how far are you flying?
About a mile. Yeah, I was gonna say about an hour and a half out.
Same.
Okay, that'll put you at about 3 to 4 miles out. And as you're scanning the area, you see some really grown over swampland. Nothing looks out of the ordinary. You do see some native wildlife like boar and raccoons and owls and rats and stuff, but nothing out of the ordinary. You put your hand up.
Yeah, after I return to consciousness, I'm gonna say, everybody, something weird happened.
Yeah, you disappeared.
Like, Karana weird.
Oh.
Really? That's a bit of a feat.
And as he says this, Karana, you watch as you're breaking that mile marker. Actually, you would have seen them. You would have seen this before he came back. Because at 10 minutes, no, never mind. About the same time as he's saying this, you start to see something change in the environment around you. Mirren, go ahead and explain what you're going to.
Something Karana weird happened. You guys know how Commune with Nature works, right?
Yes.
Been explained, yeah.
Okay. I could see 3 miles in all directions, except when I scanned over that land bridge to the north, my sensory whatever stopped about a mile in.
Oh?
And it felt like it was being resisted. It felt like a great... Do you guys remember when we were with what's-his-face and the wall got disintegrated?
You mean when Ari shot a disintegration beam into the barrier?
Yeah, I know Ilfakir wasn't, but I'm talking to...
Yeah.
Yeah. When the barrier was destroyed?
Oh, when we fought that Earth Elemental, right?
No, when we were with Vlad and Vlad had the Draconis guys shoot the barrier from the dragon and then they took him.
Right. Wasn't there like an Earth Elemental or something like that there too?
Maybe, but
Yes, there was, but
There was.
the feeling, that feeling is what I felt in return to my commune spell.
That's not a good thing.
No.
And as you go, you watch as, you see the overgrowth of all of these swamp things.
Can I say one more thing before you continue?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, I'm not really a magic guy, but in my thought process, if something that strong stopped my sensory magic, it probably knows I did it.
That's a fair assumption. Kind of like
That's
a spider
not
web.
good. Did we just set off like the house alarm for
Maybe.
a dragon?
A dragon ADT just went off.
Yep, we just hit the sensors.
Oh my god, that's
It's
such
in
a
like,
good idea.
it's in like,
You also hear Mirren say this, and you notice it at the same time, that at the edge of his senses, everything felt weird. And you start to watch the normal foliage and
Oh shit.
whatnot turn
heard say
into an almost aggressive looking overgrowth as everything is growing in together to create almost an impenetrable weave of tree branches, swamp grass, roots, vines, etc., creating an almost impenetrable weave. And
I know, but
it's
I think my thing's good.
it's hard to describe, but you can feel almost a savage nature coming from it.
Lovely. Mirren, I think I may have just found where you were unable to penetrate.
That reminds me. Mirren ain't able to never mind. That reminds me. Something I forgot to mention is, I felt in that area. I felt like nature had been changed.
It's changed. Then I will.
You also note.
So Ilfakir, Vistra.
You also note, Karana, that this goes on for as far as you can see in the swamp.
Do I see anything that looks like territorial markings?
You cannot see through the trees.
I mean, on the edges of the trees, like on the bark or anything like that. Well,
I didn't say that.
Out of character, it looks very similar in my mind, at least, to the maleficent thorns that grow in the original movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will explain how it looks and how it feels to me as a druid. I think this may be the beginning of the dragon's territory, because the land should not be affected like this unless it's by something with great magic and power.
DM.
Yeah.
In any of my studies, have I read about how a dragon's presence will alter their territory or the terrain around their homes or anything like that?
There are a number of different books written about dragons that you have skimmed over and read through, and every single one of them gives a different account. Some of them.
Obviously, some things are a little bit different. Potentially.
Yeah, the magic made Hakunin sandstone. He hasn't changed back either.
Which is very odd.
Right?
When is there
Yeah, I was gonna say, Hakunin, do you feel anything? This is perfect.
I don't feel like I've changed at all.
I was also saying that.
What about your front weapon?
Well, we used to.
Then
We used to
use
play.
that.
I used to put my laptop there every time for chat.
I will attempt to try it after I get back.
Okay. Hakunin, you continue to fly south until you get to that marker, that time marker you were looking for, and the swamp doesn't look or feel any different to you. And it continues to span south for quite a distance. The mountain range itself continues to go south quite a distance. You cannot, from where you are located, see the end of either. Karana, as you continue to fly north over this, there is that feel of savagery that even from this distance, from the forest, you can feel its presence looming over you. And it's not so much, it's both at you and in you. You are starting to slowly but surely feel this very primal, savage drive. And off in the distance, as you as well start to reach the point of return, you start to notice that there's fog that covers a great swath of the swamp as well, and some of the mountain range.
I'll speak into Borisnet to
You
those.
You also notice.
Yep.
You also notice off in the distance, a great distance away. Like you can't see the end of the swamp. You can't see the end of the mountain range. But way off in the distance, you see that there is a mountain that rises higher than the rest of the range into a very fixed point. I mean, it's the peak is very sharp.
Bet acorns to an oak that's a great place for a dragon lair.
And that's inside the barrier of nature?
Nope.
It's outside of it, isn't it?
It is at the distance of your sight. And the only reason that you can even tell that there is this ginormous mountain is because it does peak higher than the rest of the range, and it's an abnormality on the horizon.
Okay. Cool. I will speak into Borisnet to the 5 of my companions and say, when we go into this place, there is a distinct possibility that all of us will be affected to be much more instinctual and aggressive toward other creatures and ourselves. I am flying over this unnatural landscape and I feel ready to go hunt and kill immediately.
So
I wonder how much that would affect me.
that is interesting.
So anything that is in this forest is probably going to be much more aggressive to us.
Then maybe you should leave.
Post haste.
Like 20 minutes ago.
I will take one quick last sweep around, mention the mountain in the distance, and that, you know, if I was a dragon, a weird mountain would probably be where I would want to roost, and start heading back.
Okay.
Looking down, is it a dome?
No.
It's just a perimeter, basically.
It is gradual in a very slight sense. You watch as you're returning, you watch as this canopy in a very short distance, your guess is at the very most a quarter mile, goes from being impenetrable to normal swamp in about a quarter mile's distance.
And I will mention this and then say, you know, it might not be a bad idea for us to cast Fly on the Horses to circumvent this dangerous
For all we know, could that be
selection.
like, could the entanglement area be like
Now,
dragon hunting grounds?
I also need you to understand something, Farana. And you said you were going to fly about 2 hours out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In 2 hours, you covered 6 miles.
Dang.
That's it?
Yeah.
For flying?
At the very least, 6 miles.
Okay.
She doesn't move as fast as your horses.
There.
Is flying 40 or 60 feet?
Depends on the creature you're with.
Anyway, but no, so I will, so if the tangled section is really only that wide, it would make a lot more sense for us to
The tangled section starts and then goes as far as the eye can see.
Okay, because you just said that it was just a third of
When
a mile.
when you're returning to the group, it goes from being completely entangled to about a quarter of a mile, where all of a sudden it's just normal swamp.
Okay.
As you're returning.
Okay.
Quarter mile. Regular swamp. This is us. I'm at that quarter mile, but
No, it takes about a quarter mile for it to turn back into the normal swamp.
Okay.
You quite all right, Ilfikir?
Yes, I apologize. I'm very good.
Okay.
They're having fun in chat.
Oh.
So a couple hours pass and the two druids return. And you guys are, you figure 2 hours travel, 3, 5, 8. You guys are well past lunchtime going on to dinner time.
Yeah.
It's been about 7 hours of travel.
I'm gonna hunt for wildlife.
You're gonna hunt for wildlife?
Yep.
Okay. Roll me a survival.
Okay.
If the squirrels are black and yell at you, don't eat them. They're from the Mirkwood.
21.
21? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, sorry. 19.
19.
Did my math wrong. It's 19.
That's okay. It's still a decent number.
Okay.
You go out and you start hunting, and with the recon that the two of them gave you,
Oh,
I
that's
suppose,
cheating.
Are you going south or north?
Not north.
Okay, so you're heading south.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to where I know it's a little safer.
Yeah, and with the recon that these two gave you,
That's cheating.
You know, you know what type of animals are out there to hunt.
Yeah.
And you find yourself very quickly coming across a decent-sized boar.
Okay.
And with little to no problem, take it down.
Perfect. I return and I'm gonna start cooking it because I'm good at cooking.
Okay. Hock it in.
Boar's on the menu, everybody.
Yay.
Hock it in.
Yes.
You said you wanted to test your breath weapon when you return?
Yes.
And what kind of breath weapon do you have?
Normally it's fire.
And in this situation, it is normal.
Okay.
I don't like how you worded that.
That makes me.
Is it normal
That makes me
color?
curious.
Yeah, is it normal?
DMs choose words for a reason.
Is it normal color?
It looks normal.
Does he say
Like the campfire with my fire breath.
Thank you, Akadin.
Get a quick sear on the boar.
Yes, he does set something on fire. The campfire.
I start cooking.
And you guys have food. You have probably about 4 hours. Well, no, because it's coming to be winter. You have closer to 2 hours before dark settles in on you.
I think we should probably just set a camp.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad idea. I would agree with that.
Okay.
Because we're not into the swamp yet.
That's a good idea.
I suggest we post guard.
I'll take first. Ilfik here, do you want to do first guard with me?
Wait, quick question. Is it like open area? Are there trees?
There's a little bit of foliage around you, but it's open enough.
Okay. I just almost wondered if during the
That's just the perfect amount.
during the guard rotation,
This is great. This is a super good idea.
if we should like put somebody up in a tree to watch the area where the potential dragon lair is. I don't see that as a bad idea whatsoever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But whatever we're gonna do for first guard, I'm gonna take that. Ilfik here, do you want to guard with me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Who's got second?
I will take second.
So Hawken's got second. Who else?
Victor.
Vista. Okay.
You guys
So
take
that
turns
leaves
then.
Nivara and Karana on third.
That works.
And as you guys go through your watch, nothing happens.
That's suspicious.
There's
I'll
the
take it for
creatures
now.
the creatures that wander around. A few of them get curious about camp, but don't get too close because fire and people scare them. But nothing out of the ordinary happens.
Okay.
And you guys wake in the morning feeling refreshed.
Do I see that shadowy thing? Because I'm looking for it now.
And nothing there.
I'm going to try to.
I wonder if the dream state ended it. So that's
I'm going to try to dream about the white wolf again.
You're going to try to dream about it.
Well, I'm going to look for it in my. While I'm watching, I'll be trying to meditate on it,
Gotcha.
and in my sleep, I'm going to reach out.
Roll me a wisdom.
So I'm kind of trying to do vivid dreaming and control your dreams of it.
20.
20?
Yep. That's one lower than maximum.
Right. As you meditate on this, there is, you feel a connection, but being that you're on watch, you can't really focus on it. So
Okay.
as you go to rest and you finally drift off to sleep, it is a difficult sleep at first. As your mind is racing, thinking about all of this, but slowly you start to visualize that wolf again.
Okay.
And you see about him the swamp. He's still off in a distance, but the way that it feels is he's standing off to the north and looking at you with that same feeling of, I'm waiting.
I try to walk towards it.
And just like previous dreams, it's that infinite walk.
I try to beckon it to me.
And he just looks at you.
I'm going to try to envision a mirror retreat. And just like throw it.
a mental mirror retreat.
It appears in your hand as you throw it. It does the flips through the air, but slowly vanishes from sight.
Even in your dream state, your tail still goes.
I whistle at it.
He's looking at you. He's just not moving.
No, like the summoning whistle.
Yeah, he's looking at you, but he's not moving. He's got, and you get that feel of I'm waiting.
Sorry?
You get that feel of I'm waiting.
I say I'm trying to go. I'm trying to be there.
And I mean, as stoic as it looks, there's also that appearance of patience.
Yeah.
You know, he's not. It doesn't appear that he's being impatient. He is
Okay.
just waiting.
Does he look closer than he has over the last 2 or 3 times I've seen him?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Okay.
With the trees and how everything is in your dream, it feels like you've come closer.
Okay. It's almost imperceptible, but it appears to be.
Yep.
All right. Okay. That's it.
Okay. And again, morning rolls around and everybody is refreshed. Ooh, can I have one of those?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I have peanut butter lovers and chocolate lovers.
Either one.
I'm just thinking about how all of the cards I'm not consuming by not being there.
Yes.
Right?
It's good on you. I wish I wasn't doing this.
Like, we've had keto cheesecake, keto
Ooh.
biscuits and gravy, keto
Ooh.
noodles from Chipotle, zucchini noodles.
I wish we had Chipotle here in this town.
I think the worst thing we've had the entire time we were down here
Are you
was
sure?
the Nelson Company.
I wasn't gonna
Yeah,
ask.
offer.
I know.
If I didn't want to share.
After watch is over airing, you seem rather sullen and perturbed lately.
Isn't that as usual?
No.
Why is that just your
I keep I keep seeing this white wolf in my dreams, and he's getting inches closer, but he just stands there. I don't know what to do.
Owen?
I'm speaking of it. I think it's while we're watching, right? Oh no, it's the next day.
You guys have taken your watches are over. It is now morning.
Okay, sorry.
I know your watch is ended.
Okay. What were you saying up here? I'm sorry.
No, sorry. I was going to say, could Mr. or Piranha or do some sort of divination-ness to help you connect, or would that seem out of line?
I don't want to have them waste their spells on that. I don't think that's going to help. That's a good idea though, but I don't think that's going to do anything useful. I don't know if it's real.
I usually try not to rest of the cards.
Are you saying this within earshot of everybody?
Yeah, unless Ilfikir's talking quietly to me, I'm not talking quietly.
No, I was a little concerned because you're typically not sullen and withdrawn, and you've been a bit so.
Well, in while we were watching, I was meditating a little bit. I mean, I was still watching. I wasn't slacking, but the wolf appeared to the north, where the dragon supposedly is.
Oh. Maybe he's trying to let us know that's where to go.
You're probably right. That's my thought too.
What if he's a representation of the claw?
Maybe.
Because
That would make sense.
were you gonna say that he was surrounded by swamp?
I mean, yeah. Well, I said while we were watching, I could see kind of the swamp.
Huh, that maybe he is representing the claw and the whole I'm waiting, it's waiting for you to find
Yeah.
it. Because is that new for him to be surrounded by swamp?
Yeah.
Was he ever
Before it's been
surrounded
kind of
by-
like nebulous, right? Just darkness.
Maybe the closer you're getting to the claw, the more details of where it is you can see.
Maybe. But thank you, Ilfikir. I appreciate you asking.
Not a problem.
It's like for some reason I want to analyze dreams now, Joe. What's real and what's not? I don't know anymore!
You're welcome.
Post-traumatic sleep disorder.
Yes. Goes hand in hand with sleep apnea.
Don't dream, don't dream, don't dream, don't dream.
One
No, I really
How are you doing, Ilfikir? Are you okay?
coming for you.
Now I really don't like
Consider
demons.
that to be the source of, all magic, and have no contact with family or friends for a considerable amount of time, and I have that burden of hold while going into situations of certain death. I'm absolutely peachy keen.
That's about what I expected.
You're a generous little Loromir.
You're strong. You've got this. You're able to see the path, or at least you'll try to see the path.
I do feel strong. That's why I thought you are strong. In the ways that I'm not. Aww.
Those that overestimate their strength are often those that fall. Those that do not realize how strong they are often some of the best.
Well,
Thank you.
This-
Although Miri does have the tail going. At that point, I'm like, reach out and be like, to the tail.
I'll give it a little flap your way.
It's this elvish delight at the tail flap.
For you.
Before you make a mess.
This is why I always have this on me.
I am not strong.
So, team, what is our plan?
I
Oh my
am not keen on going
Maybe.
in through the bear.
But what if it's all the way around?
Let's find that out first.
Okay.
So you would like to go around the perimeter then, Distract? Yes.
Might not be a bad idea.
Maybe if we march around it seven times.
It's not Jericho. Is the dragon's name Jericho? Because if it is, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. It's the probably Baptist dragon Jericho.
What?
It's the probably Baptist. Wait, help.
Oh, good lord.
Probably Baptist dragon named Jericho.
Hey, Ilfikir. Just keep digging, honey. You'll find it.
I ate some of those strange weeds a ways back. I don't think I should have.
Probably not.
They're delightful.
and suck?
Yeah, we'll come grab a couple.
I like those. I don't know if you're the chocolate lovers or the peanut butter lovers, but the peanut butter lovers is really good.
Ah, yes. Now we can hear you, sir.
Well, that would explain a lot.
Are we absolutely intent on fighting this dragon, or are we just going to sneak in and try to take what we need?
That would be ideal if we could just get it.
Yes.
Or maybe we can. Thank you.
Bargain with it?
I was gonna say reason with a dragon.
I mean, we were able to kind of reason with Ari. Why not try?
Ari's more or less a friend, so I mean.
You never know.
It might not be a good idea to mention that we are friends with him, however,
No,
because the dragons
no.
don't like each other.
You're correct.
Let's not do that.
Hi, friend of Ari.
But wait, what about Ari's scale on Elvikir's thigh? Will the dragon be able to sense that?
If they can
Wait,
sense
Kira,
it.
does this smell? Will you sniff my thigh? Tell me if it
It smells a little fishy to me.
Just hike your dress up and lean over so we can sniff your skin.
I freaking saw that.
Ilfakir, do you want me to say what I smelled? No.
It smells a little fishy to me. Well, you technically would smell like swamp right now, anyways. Well, in case the smell lingered after you prestidigitation yourself.
Well, no, but I mean, with his nose, if Ari's scale that's embedded in my thigh has a scent that differs from me, he'd be most likely to pick it up because he's got the uwu sniffer.
Well,
Does my uwu sniffer make a difference? Does it smell strange?
Elfikir, you're overlooking something though. The smell is not going to matter. With how much magic Ari pumped into that thing to attach it to you, that thing is most likely going to be a beacon for anything that can sense magical objects.
I was gonna say, and considering how powerful Ari is, we don't know just how far that dragon's radar reaches. That dragon could already know that you're here, and could already sense that you have that power attached to you.
If that thing knew we were here, it already did because of my detect magic spell, or my sense nature.
Well, because of that, it might be trying to ping something on its radar.
Everybody roll me a perception.
Of course. Do I get advantage? Because I pretty much get advantage all the time. Oh, not to 20.
Nice. Really?
20 and 18, yeah.
Ah.
27. Ilfikir.
22.
Vistra.
24.
22.
Guy's showing me up. 18.
Ilfakir rolled higher than I possibly ever can. With a natural 20, it's only 21.
I got a 22.
All right.
What do you have?
Well,
Perception's 1.
while all of you guys are sitting here having your conversation, you've pretty much set up camp and you're just kind of gabbing at the moment. And you watch as in the swamp to the north, because that's what you guys are talking about, you watch in the swamp to the north, all of you see something almost stark white vanish heading north.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a black dragon.
Wait, it was white though.
Like I said, maybe it's not a black dragon.
Was there any extra details I was able to see?
No, because of how it was moving, it was just a...
Like almost, was it moving like hyperspeed fast? Like just like in and out?
It was more like something wanted to be seen before it vanished.
That's comforting.
Kind of like the shadowy figure thing that...
Not quite the same way. It was one of those where the way it moved when it disappeared belied that it was much better at moving and should not have been seen.
I think it wanted to be seen. It's a warning.
Oh boy.
Mira, if I cast haste on you and hold on to your back, we could chase it with your Spulu sniffer.
Well, I can move 180 if you haste me, but then we're gonna hit the dead wall of...
And we still have our horses too.
Yeah.
I suppose.
It's a good idea.
We could like keep the horses safe at the end of the swamp.
Well, what's good with this mentality if we don't have a plan to deal with this?
Well, we don't even know what it is.
Could be a wordling for all we know.
It was a white colored blur.
As long as it's not more fey.
Let's say that word a little bit louder.
Faye?
Never a good idea.
It's a fair folk.
Well, we could potentially chase after it, but I had a thought to pose for you as we do so. Is we perhaps could use the Draconis Fortunae as a not exactly what's the word I'm looking for.
A scapegoat, bargaining tool.
Bargaining tool.
In what way?
Use it to our advantage, offer some sort of maybe protection or going after the dragon, the Draconis Fortunae. Some sort of deal in that fashion.
If we play to the dragon's vanity and say that the Draconis Fortunae are infringing upon he or she's freedom.
Yeah. From what I understand, from the limited knowledge I have, dragons have ego.
Oh, they have a big.
I think
So-
it might play to our favor to make it sound like that we wish to get rid of such pesky little insects as the mortals who would dare to try and take away a dragon's freedom.
You know?
Well, what happened if we were just honest with it?
That is being honest with it. That's what we're trying to prevent.
But just a little flowery.
The sun has peaked over the trees now.
We gotta move.
Yeah.
We're doing the perimeter though for Vistra. That's what her idea was, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you guys, your guys are taking the perimeter, heading west and going around.
One way or the other.
Okay.
Just going around the perimeter.
Or another.
So you guys hop on your horses
One way.
and start to maneuver away from where the land bridge is. And I need a D6 from everybody.
My neck is just super tight. Okay, pop.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
Hey, try buddies.
I have 6.
Hey, happy
Yeah, and
Okay,
I'm super
the
amused.
3 6s cancel out Uran's 1.
One is not always a bad thing either.
This is true.
98% of the time it's a bad thing.
Encounters aren't always bad.
This is very true.
Very true.
However,
So you guys start
However,
maneuvering.
However, this one is going to be.
You guys start maneuvering, and it doesn't take long before you realize that there's also the start of flurries again. The temperature has dropped significantly, and there is a slight breeze. For those of you who are meteorologically inclined, it is 25 degrees outside.
Fahrenheit Celsius, yeah?
And it
It's
is
a good thing we have our
gray.
rings of warmth.
It is getting gray and overcast as well.
Well, if it really is a white dragon, we won't see it coming in this.
There is that possibility.
Don't give the DM ideas.
like he didn't already think about that. You know what?
I want a dragon.
Yeah, so let's piss off the dragons even more.
Mister's trying to tell you something.
I
If
listen.
it's getting gray and overcast, doesn't that help call lightning?
Yes, it does.
Ooh.
Not necessarily. It has to be a storm. Just because
It could.
Right. It could, but not necessarily. You guys travel following the perimeter of this thing, and near about midday, you start to see the shift in the swamp up in the distance as you're following the perimeter of this. But it has taken you quite a route around. Almost the entire morning was spent following the south side of the swamp on this land bridge. You're just about lunchtime, or about 4 hours of travel, you finally started to come around the edge of this swamp and heading north. A handful of more hours, it gets to about lunchtime, and off in the distance, you can start seeing a bit of a change in the swamp because of what Karana had seen. She's able to point it out to you. Otherwise, you'd have missed it because it's so subtle. Are you guys going to stop for your afternoon break, or are you going to ride through and just...
This barrier is massive.
What's that?
This barrier is massive.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just...
It's probably the point.
I feel like we should continue on. It's not like we're in the middle of desert heat.
True. No, we're just starting to freeze our butts off this time.
Is it still snowing?
You have your wings of warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just
It might almost be worse for them.
Yeah.
It's
Is it-
not pushing them hard.
Is it still snowing?
It's light flurries. And it's starting to stay cold enough that it's accumulating. I mean, you guys, at the moment, it's maybe a quarter of an inch of snow.
I say we move on.
Probably.
Yeah, so I think moving on will be best.
You continue through the day, walking your horses, and near about when it starts getting dusk, you guys have hit that part where the swamp definitively starts taking on its twisted form. And there is, especially for Mirren, a pungent odor.
What is that?
That starts to permeate the air.
Musk.
And it is very definitively emanating from the swamp itself.
Oh, it's awful here.
Can you just...
It smells like fungus, it smells like
Whoa.
rotting wood, it smells like
Ugh.
stagnant water.
As long as it doesn't smell like sulfur.
It smells like all of those things combined. Your nose being a bit more sensitive. You pick it up a bit earlier than everybody else,
Ooh, it's bad.
and you guys all, once you break the perimeter, as it were, once you break that spot, it starts to roll out, and that little breeze
Vistra's farts are worse.
is kicking it out to where you guys can catch it. Even in this cold, you can smell it, and there's also a swath of land going out from the perimeter where the snow doesn't accumulate because of the heat that's radiating out from this swampy area. The canopy rises maybe 12 feet, and it is dark inside the swamp beyond this.
So we've entered Mirkwood.
But you guys are on the perimeter. You're looking in while you're riding. And,
We don't run into any giant spiders.
right? And Mirren,
Funny you should say that.
as you guys start to hit the point where dusk has settled in and light is starting to fade, your eyes being a bit more acclimated to the night because of what's happening to you, you notice about 20 feet into the swamp, there is a moss-covered, swamp-covered pile of humanoid-looking bones.
Hey, do you guys see that over there? Is that bones?
Those of us with dark vision, would that assist us at all?
When he points it out, yes.
Okay.
But had he not pointed it out, it would have been easy to overlook.
Okay.
I'm gonna go in there.
Question.
Yep.
Moving just a little bit closer to look, does this look like a predator's cache?
It's 20 feet away. It's hard for you to see just by moving a few feet closer.
Okay, then I will go
And
with
as
Mirren.
as you do that, Mirren just walks right by you.
Mirren. I'll follow Mirren.
It's just right here. It's like 20 feet away.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm going with as well.
Yeah. Yeah. When we get close enough to look, does
You
it look like
guys-
an animal's cache? Does it look like a
Decomposing human or humanoid?
No, I need to stop
You gotta let
talking.
him
Hang on.
finish.
I know. I just realized.
You realized at the face.
I didn't realize at the base. I realized that my brain was still going in and out.
Fireball from.
Before anything else happens,
Oh, son of a. Okay.
I am sorry, David Omen, not this time. You guys approach, and as you each cross the threshold. Oh well, is anybody not going into the swamp?
No, I'm going.
Alright. As each of you cross into this threshold, it takes about 30 seconds for each of you to recognize that feeling that Karana warned you about. That there is this overwhelming sense of a primal savagery, both being directed at you and coming from you simultaneously. It's not overwhelming, it's not overpowering, but it is powerful and present.
Does it?
As you continue to go forward the 20 feet to see what this thing is, you see that the vines of the swamp have started to crawl in and out of the rib bones of this creature. The moss is growing over almost every inch of this thing. Lichen has grown into it. You can see shelf mushrooms have grown through the back to where it's almost like this skeleton is becoming part of the tree and foliage as it's growing out. And there are various little bits of debris about him that are almost imperceptible until you really start to look around and you see bits of leather, small bits of metal jutting out of different little places. And as you start to investigate this a little bit more, it looks like you found a lumberjack.
And he's not okay.
And he is not okay. You were going to ask a question.
About the feeling,
Yep.
the primal feeling, is it similar to when I get that bloodlust with Cass's
No,
sword?
the bloodlust with Cass's sword is you are taken over
Okay.
by a being more powerful than you. And it is his emotion that you're feeling.
Okay. So it's more like we've had a few drinks and someone says, "Hey, want to have a bar fight?"
More or less. And it is dark. Fortunate for you, I don't think anybody here is without dark vision.
Pocket in.
Oh yes,
That's right,
pocket
it's
in.
Dragonborns.
Pocket in. As you get 20 feet into this swamp, you have at most 3 feet of vision in front of you. At 20 feet in, it is dark. You can stick your arm out and your hands are enshrouded in dim light.
Oh,
Are we gonna have to be childish?
were we doing the dragons or the dragonborn have dark vision or no?
Nope, Dragonborn do not.
I need to do half of
I can use my gem of brightness.
You could. I'm just giving that and the magic burst on the table again.
Actually, I think what I'll do, magic burst.
Yep. Thank you.
I can use reduce flame.
But otherwise,
I'm like, here, beat me for all predators to find us.
if Krana can see Vistra handing Hakden this gem, I'm gonna speak up and be like, it may not be a good idea to light a beacon for any predator prowling about to find us. Our presence here alone is going to draw enough attention to us without there being a, hey, come get me!
Well, don't most predators have dark vision like us, though?
Yes, but the point is that if you see the gleam of a fire through the forest, are you not going to go look?
Well, my flame ability allows me to produce a flame that is bright enough for a 10-foot radius and then dim light after that.
I mean, either way, it's fine. I'm still gonna give it to Hockman because, it still has beneficialness.
Thank you.
Beneficial. I'm tired.
That is a new word.
Crash is pretty hard.
What do I need to activate this?
Use a command word. Actually, it's technically 3 command words,
Okay.
but it's gonna let establish what command words were.
I was leaving that up to you.
Click, let me. So, yo, what are you doing? I'm on fire. The first word
As you
was
guys
light.
As you guys are doing this, there's movement in the ground underneath the creature.
I love it. Oh.
Stick!
And as you raise your weapon, bursting forth from the ground, you see what appears to be
I prepare my claw.
a 3-foot long tadpole bursts out of the ground, and it has a nice, beautiful double set row of very nasty looking teeth.
Fuck.
I get defensive. I put myself in front of everybody else if I can.
And
Whoever's
it's
closest.
wiggling about on the ground, approaching you guys.
Okay. I've got my claw engaged and I'm ready to strike.
Say shillelagh and whack, 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 whack,
I'm
whack.
gonna draw both of my short swords.
Does it have eyes?
Oh yes, it looks exactly like a tadpole. And as you guys are all moving, trying to figure out what this thing is, with a strange amount of speed, it lunges forward and goes after Hockaden.
I did try to get in front.
Yep.
Okay.
But it has this strange speed
That's
to it
fine.
that it just slips by you.
Just wanted to reiterate.
It's also very slimy.
Okay. Well, I wasn't trying to grab it. I was just going to do
No, but that's something you notice as it shoots by you and you're moving. It slides by you, and there's this mucus-like slime that grazes off you.
Gross.
There's a 21 hit. Pocket it.
21 definitely hits.
All right.
They're both going to have to make a dex save on that.
Use your ooh
Good news.
shiver. As it bites down on you and finds purchase, doing 3 points of piercing damage. And now I need initiative.
It needs to make a dex save as well.
We'll do initiative real quick.
Okay.
Just because if I don't do that, I'll forget to have you roll for it.
Fair enough.
I'd say I'm properly fixed.
We'll start with Navarra,
22. 22.
Krana,
15.
Mirren,
Sorry. 17.
did you roll at advantage?
It did.
Okay.
Yep.
Ilfikir,
23.
Hockaden,
16.
That's just
and Vistra.
14.
That's funny. The way you guys stacked up on this?
One after another.
More or less. Alright, so it needs to make a dex save. That would be a 17.
This is like a tadpole. What did you say this?
It looks like a giant tadpole. Say that one more time, please.
It takes half of 11.
Half of 11. And what happened here?
It's the reaction of Wrath of Storm.
And what kind of damage is that?
Lightning or thunder.
And as that happens, you watch as the Wrath of Storms effect hits this thing and kind of almost dissipates on contact. It looked like it did something, but definitely not what you were expecting.
Huh.
Gotcha.
And that brings us to Ilfakir.
Rah, rah, you can do it.
There is a giant tadpole that just bit Hockaday.
I decide to go over and haste near it.
The power!
Okay.
But I am going to climb on his back as I do so.
Okay, I allow.
Okay. Anything else?
That would be my turn.
Nivara.
It is how far away?
Maybe 5 feet.
Yeah, if it came after Hakunin, it's kind of within
Right.
our bubble.
All of you guys are within, at the most, you're going to be 15 feet away. At the most.
Well, I want to flank it any way possible and swing up my short swords.
No. Because of the fact that the skeleton in the tree,
Okay.
and you guys were all kind of surrounding it, there's not much room behind it for you to flank.
Okay. I'll swing it up with my short sword.
Okay.
19 to hit.
That's going to hit.
5 points of piercing. I think is short swords.
You started to say slash, it sounded like you were going to say sausage.
5 points of sausage damage.
And then I want to use my offhand.
Okay.
That's another 19 hit.
That one misses.
You're such a butthead.
My pulls are so aggressive.
And that's because
Well?
I do not add my dice for that one.
Correct.
Okay, that would be just 2 points.
So you watch as Nivara, after the effect. So which is it, lightning or thunder?
Lunder.
Hockaday?
Oh, it allows me to choose. I chose lightning at this
Okay.
point.
So you guys watch as this burst of electricity shoots out from Hockaday and
Ooh.
kind of crackles over
the
tadpole.
Shocking.
And as soon as that happens, you spin around and go 1, 2, and this thing is pinned to the ground,
Is it dead?
and it's dead.
Oh.
That was anticlimactic.
I'm like, oh.
We should leave.
I'm gonna pull my.
And now I would like a perception from everybody again.
I was also going to ask not to give the teacher homework.
Right.
But does this effect we're under have any effect on us now that we're fighting?
No,
Okay.
I did not forget.
Okay.
What do we got?
There's so many quotes I don't know the context to.
Okay.
Time YouTube some videos.
Ilfakir?
Yeah.
What was that one?
Is that,
I'm not used to being around
Okay.
humans that aren't around being
Hockaday?
used to being around lassies.
That is a dirty 20.
That's
Vistra?
21.
Navarro?
22. Deuces.
Oh,
22.
22?
Oh,
Because that told me 2.
I thought
Sorry.
2 also.
No, that's
What did
physically
she say?
impossible
Double
for
juices.
me.
10 with advantage.
10 advantage.
Oh,
Okay.
honey.
Alright. Mirren, you don't see this.
No.
Ilfikir,
I was ah.
Ilfikir and Hakaden,
You're pouting.
you don't see this.
Oh.
Wow.
The 22s and above see this.
Oh. So wait, I don't see this either?
She got 21.
You got 21. The
So-
22s and above
Piranha
We
see
both got
this.
22.
and Navarro.
Out of the extreme darkness beyond where you are, you watch
I saw that.
Stick Wolverine hand over their Joe.
you watch as this shadow of a creature goes from being right around a beefy version of Mirren. Even with as big as he is, it's a beefy version of Mirren.
Oh,
Goes and turns into something about the size of a weasel and disappears into the forest. Or into the swamp.
no. What? Do I spot it as they pointed out?
It is gone before you guys have a chance.
There was a creature that
Look
was like that was like you but beefier,
bigger.
I
bigger
retract the
than
blade.
and it went and
Did
turned
it-
into like a weasel
Yeah.
and darted off and disappeared.
Did it look
Yeah,
like what
kinda,
happens when
Something
druids
like-
go into bee shape, Joe? Or did it look more like a were creature's transformation? Because we've
It was-
seen both.
It was hard to see because of the darkness. It just went from being a shadow or a silhouette in the dark to something small.
Do you remember what our friend Chobel said? That his experience with Malar was about shapeshifters.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
And if he
it
looks
was,
kind of like me, maybe you're guessing wolf-like features.
it was hard to tell. It was just a beefy shadow, and then it changed into something small, like a weasel, and just darted off and disappeared.
Whatever it is, we are definitely being watched.
Yeah.
I flash whoever's watching us. I take my shirt and
You're not
watch this.
You're gonna move.
From out of the swamp, a 20 comes flying.
Start taking out some gold.
Man, you're getting some extra dimensional money now, not just the normal stuff.
Coins from Ravnica start coming in.
Right.
That money system
Interdimensional
also-
tipping.
And I know it's not your fault.
This is not Azorius.
Right, so this happens. What are you guys doing?
I'm gonna definitely be on high alert now. Like, looking for anything like that.
Oh yeah. You and I are we both have
Or
the
like-
same mindset. We're like, okay, check for anything else that looks like that, like scanning for physical.
You don't see anything else at the moment.
But
Anonymous
it
cheers.
darted directly
Yay, more
away
anonymous
from us.
cheers.
Yeah, you could cheer anonymously. I guess you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So it darted off directly, like the
It
way
went
we were
deeper
going.
into no, it went deeper into the swamp. You guys have been walking the perimeter.
Okay,
it
it
went
went
deeper into the swamp.
Okay, I'm gonna be looking that way as we're walking. I'm keeping my short swords out.
Prove you wrong.
Huh?
So we anonymously cheered 5.
Yay!
And I think our anonymous is smiling on the camera.
Because you can't have a poker face.
There's 2 of them that are smiling.
Yeah, they're
Anything-
smiling. Well,
So-
now one's scowling.
And the
What
other
would
one's
you guys
giggling.
like to do?
I am going to cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
We are here. We
And
are
then
here.
cast Thaumaturgy on it to change the color to a darker color, like
Oh, okay.
you know, like the infrared flashlights that you see here, the red light flashlights,
Okay.
to diminish the range of the color, so to speak.
Okay. So you're gonna choose something like a blue light instead of a white light.
You're welcome.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
Red, probably best.
Green light.
Anybody else?
It's getting too dark to see, even with dark vision.
Yes.
Hi,
What's up,
Tay.
Tay?
Hey, Dad.
Yes, it is starting to become. It is starting to get to nightfall. It is, even for those of you with dark vision, it is becoming even more difficult to see. The moment that Hakkinen ignites that blue flame, it does help, but with the fact that it's blue, it changes the spectrum, and it actually makes the shadows more poignant.
Oh.
Let's-
Red would probably be a slightly better.
Let's back out of Rage Swamp and find a place to sleep.
Rage Swamp?
Yeah.
So are we calling this the Barbarian
That
Swamp?
may not be a bad idea.
It's too dark. We can't keep going on, especially if they're
let's-
shapeshifters.
Right.
Yeah, let's go back and make camp till light again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't start that. I'm sorry.
Must say.
So, how are we going to go about the watches? Are we going to use the same thing again?
Sure, fine by me.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, might as well.
Ilfikir?
I will need
Jeez.
Ilfikir and Mirin, if I can get the two of you to roll. Thank you
Thank you,
very
Zeke.
much, Sikazilla.
Perception?
I need Ilfikir and Mirin to roll perceptions. Or no, not perceptions.
D6.
D6.
D6s. So 3 for me.
Your watches go by just fine. Your heightened senses make you aware of damn near everything that happens around you. A cricket leaps and you're both like...
we're at the very twitchy version of Watch.
Well, we are on Twitch.
Well,
um,
we're the twitchy twitch.
Hang on.
for second watch, we have Hakkinen and Vistra. D6s, please.
Jose, when we're on watch, I have some questions for Mary.
Okay.
4.
Okay. Go with the questions, Ilfikir.
What, Mary, what are you going to do, seeing as your, priestess is going off to become the font of all magic?
Well, if you're asking what my plans are for that type of deal, there is no replacement for you. But I'll find a way.
I don't want you to think that I'm going to quit looking for a way to help you get there.
I would never.
We'll be in training for a while.
I would never believe that in the first place, even if you told me that.
Maybe you could come visit?
Yeah. I don't see why not.
You promise?
Yeah.
Alright, then.
Not sure why that is, Jaded. We'll have to figure that out, Jaded.
Although, holy cannibal Electra, that would be one heck of a powerful,
She wants to have your Bubba.
Wait,
Half-
that's not what I said!
half elf, half orc, half wolf, half god.
The tiny tinted dragon.
And that only works because you're a god.
Yeah.
And so begins the Mirren line.
We could start the pantheon.
So I'm a descendant of Mirren.
Alright, so watch number 2, you guys go off without a hitch. Is there anything you guys would like to do while I'm watch?
Not really. Other than Viscera, what was you started to say the other activation words.
Oh, yeah. You got as far as light. Right. So, hold on. Let me look this up again. The head.
Creepy Vistra is back.
On, off, and
So, light for the first word, which causes the gem to shed bright light for 30 feet and dim light for an additional 30. It does not expend a charge, and it lasts until you use the bonus action to repeat the command word. The second command
Nice.
word,
you can
Yep, take your axe off, yeah.
we're gonna go in
times action probably
full sword beam,
It's really easy to scream.
which uses one charge and causes the gem to bite
Now, one little caveat, those charges do not return.
The charges do not return. Gotcha.
So I think it actually has 49.
There you go.
I think I've used it once.
That's like a classic 3-5 item.
Yeah.
With no recharging.
I think it's a rollover.
Okay.
But if you just Google general brightness, it'll be like the first thing.
Gotcha. Thank you.
You should be. We have, we have like 10 minutes left. So.
And third watch. Yay! Your watch goes off without a hitch as well. Is there anything you guys would be doing on your watch outside of watching?
Obviously, I was going to say, really keep an eye out for that creature. But I also want to apologize, Karana, for giving you so much crap before. And watching you die broke my heart.
How did that happen, by the way?
Yeah, the demon hit you, you were down and unconscious, and then it took its tail and smacked you further into the ground, and you didn't get back up. Although, I think Vistra, out of character, would I have seen that fighting the demon? Because I think at the time that Vistra was getting to her, I was...
You were taken over by...
Okay. Yeah, all I saw was you down, and then I was completely taken over by the...
I'd like to propose a caveat about that. Given the fact it was a dream, she would be imagining that she was taken over by Kaz and not actually taken over by Kaz?
Yep.
So could she still possibly recall?
It's easy enough to make the inference.
Okay.
But
actually seeing it, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to you after that, but...
If it was that bad of a fight, perchance I would have gotten a nice scar out of it, but...
That's all you want is the scar.
Yes!
I'm
Alright, Krana, don't
sorry? If
Right?
you want, I can
sorry,
take...
question mark?
I can take, ink and kind of ink on you what the scar would have looked like if you want. If you still want that as a tattoo,
Do that.
Fine.
That's actually...
I
mean, you guys are
I
sleeping,
could-
but that's
I
a good
could-
idea.
I want to actually draw a pretty fairly good likeness of her and then draw what the scar would have been.
From me having my throat ripped out by that thing?
Yeah, just so you can actually see the scar and be like, hey, would you want a mark out of this? To be like, in
And
a
I-
dream world, I got killed by a demon, so ha!
You're recalling imagery from 2 nights ago in your dream, too.
Mm-hmm.
So it might be a little
I
bit...
would need you to roll an intelligence.
A little bit inaccurate.
Well, if your dream recollections or anything happened to
Yeah.
to fight
You start drawing, and you get done making the sketch of her, and then you start doing the whole,
What was I drawing again?
okay, it bit her.
It was on the neck, right?
Oh, was it? No,
No.
it wasn't on the neck, it was on the
Shoulder.
arm. No, that doesn't, and you start second guessing yourself the entire time, and you're like, you know what, F it. I can't remember.
You just start scribbling on her.
Turn it.
It's like, here.
No, I'd be like, darn it, I can't remember exactly how it was.
It's at that point where the dream is starting to fade and the details are being lost.
Even with it being that vivid, my brain was still kind of...
Yep, it's
You
starting to
remember
fade
the
off.
message, but not the details.
Yep, it'd be like, I can't remember that, but I do a pretty good picture of you. I know! And then I'm going to add her carrying the backpack with Suki the plant.
Gotcha.
And then be like, here!
There.
Thank you. But
I'm
no,
sorry
this-
for being such an asshat.
So,
Yeah.
with that, the party has finished their rest on the outskirts of the swamp. They had a brief introduction to what the swamp was like if they were to enter it, and many more questions about what the heck is this swamp about and what are they going to do.
Treat the monstrosities.
When we gather next time on the Adventures of Loromir, maybe, just maybe, Mirren will get to meet whatever foe.
I did forget because things were happening. I was going to say I would have another We can do it next time because we're at the end and they gotta go. But I want to do another dream about the wolf.
Right. So we will see what happens next time as to whether or not they find the foe that has been hinted at this entire time. For everybody, one of our viewers, we are not going to be here tomorrow. I was not able to get everything set up that I wanted to, so we'll have a day off tomorrow. Going forward, there should be something going on those Sundays. Also, keep an eye out on the team, as every Thursday we are now gathering up and doing random things on each other's streams. You'll get to meet everybody that's involved and see some of the goofy shenanigans on the different channels. For example, the Grouch Couch, who just popped in.
Hi, bye.
Hi,
bye.
So yeah, come join us on Thursdays to figure that out. Monday, we are going to have Dragon's Discourse and chit-chat with you, the viewers, about all sorts of goofy stuff. Take it easy, Grouch Couch. Thank you for visiting Turkey. In the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Syrinscape for the audio, and we appreciate it. Good night.
Thanks, guys.